Okay, we're live. Guys, I keep getting asked how to get coaching. Just join my Discord and DM me, and then we can talk from there. Make sure to join my Discord. There's about 300 people now. Started with two, so it's been only a few weeks as well. So let's get into it, okay? Yo, hello,
Hello.
hello, yo, what's good?
I'm starting my Valorant right now.
Yeah,
Trying to
no
get it
worries,
set
no
up and
worries, no
everything.
worries. Just so you know, I didn't have much information on you. What is your current rank?
Gold.
Gold. What's your peak rank?
Um, 3 months ago.
Yeah, it's all good. I'm just curious, right? So I get a little bit of a general idea.
um, it was like Plat, I
Plat.
guess.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's pretty good. Um, okay, and what are your goals? What do you wanna where do you wanna go, or what do you want from Valorant?
I just want to be better than what I am right now.
Cool,
My
cool.
goal is to hit Immortal, if I'm being honest with you.
Right, right. That's
But
most
that's
people's.
kind of hot like standard though.
Yeah,
But
yeah. Almost everyone his goal is to hit immortal. So, but those are it's a good goal. Obviously, I'm real with all my students. I tell them it's not easy. Takes a lot of work, a lot of
I feel
commitment.
like I feel like Ascendant is more possible than Immortal though.
Oh yeah,
So I say
100%.
Ascendant for sure.
No, but I mean if you're gonna aim for ascendant, you might as well aim for immortal, right? It's
Yeah, you're right.
same bracket, and there's a lot of immortal players that are ascendant that shouldn't be an immortal, whatever, vice versa. But and I ask all my students this. Have you seen my VODs before?
Yeah, I have.
Okay,
I
great.
watched
So
quite a few of them.
okay,
Yeah.
good, good. So I ask all my students this just so I can see if they have an idea of what's gonna happen in the session. So if you've seen a few of them, you kind of know what's gonna go on. So, first things first, I'm gonna watch you play. No micromanagement in the first session. I'm just gonna really write down my notes and see what's wrong with dissect your game. So
Okay.
when you're ready, you can share your screen and queue up. And also, what is your main role or agent?
Reina.
Reina. So you're a duelist player. Okay, okay.
Mm-hmm.
No problem, no problem. I just want to know. All right, so then, make sure you play Reyna. Don't pick Sage. We're not gonna get any good data or help you improve if you're playing Sage, right? Makes sense. So,
Mm-hmm. Can
just,
you see?
oh yeah, let me just give me 1 second. So, just make sure you insta lock your role, pretty much. But, yep, I can see. You don't have to put it on 1440 as well. You can put it on 720 is good enough for me, so you don't lag, stuff like that.
Alright, 1 sec.
Not a big deal. If you have a really good internet, really good PC, you can keep it. So it's totally up to you. I just try to help my students not lag and stuff.
Trying to see how to do push and talk at the same time because I don't want my
Yeah,
background to get picked
you
up.
go to settings, and then you go to voice and video, and then there's a voice activity and a push to talk thing. And when you press push to talk, you can set a keybind for that. Yeah, and I won't be talking to you during the game as well, but
Can you hear me?
yep, I can.
Alright.
Great. So yep, go ahead, Q, and yeah, we'll get into it. We'll talk a little
Hmm?
bit before. No, I just said we'll get into it. We'll talk a little bit before you get in the game. Just nothing crazy.
One thing I do want to know though,
Yeah.
are you also gonna be talking about me like if it's like a sense issue or is it like just a me type of issue? You know what I mean? Like
Uh,
if it's like my sense in game type of issue.
you mean in terms of your aim, or
Yeah, in general. Yeah, my aim.
so you've seen my VODs. You see me
Yeah.
dissect those people, right? I'm really,
Mm-hmm.
really gonna
Match
dissect your game.
found.
So I'm gonna point out everything as brutally, honestly as I can. Okay. Obviously, I'm not just gonna bash you for no reason. If I see
Yeah, I
something
get
that's
you.
really bad, I'm gonna tell you, bro, like that was terrible, bro. Okay, stuff like that. Obviously, so there's 5 categories. You probably saw these in the VODs as well as comms, aim, movement positioning, utility usage, and game sense. So those are the 5 categories where I will write general notes, okay, not round specific, and I'm also gonna write down every single round. Okay, what happened in your POV, so that way when we get into custom, we can really dissect the round and see what you did right or wrong. But mostly we're really focusing on what you're doing wrong so we can help you improve. Focusing on you doing something good is not productive. Nothing's gonna get out of that. You just need to
Yeah, I
keep
get
doing
you.
that. You just gotta keep doing that better and improve on that skill because you're already doing it right. What's the point of changing what you're doing? So we gotta just improve on that, make it better, more high level stuff like that. I'm really focusing on what you do wrong. So yeah, keep that in mind. I'm just gonna really dissect your game, and I will tell you what I identify as what's wrong with your game. As in, for example, some of my students they really have bad aim. So I'll tell them, hey, generally, all these other categories that I have here are higher than your aim. We gotta improve on your aim. And there are some students where it's vice versa, where they have super radiant level, immortal level aim, but everything else is ground floor, like game sense, right? You've probably heard the term all aim no brain, right? Like they
Yeah,
don't they
yeah, I
would they
did.
would fall under that category. So then I tell them, hey, your aim is super solid. We don't need to work on your aim anymore. We need to work on all these other categories that are super complicated, advanced, intermediate concepts. All these things need to be put together because I tell all my students, you've probably heard this before as well, even though I separate these categories, whatever the situation is, they're all connected, whether it's only your aim and the game sense and the comms, or your aim and the movement positioning plus your utility,
Their
whatever the
halo
situation
can
is, it's
build you
all
once you
combined in
believe.
together. So yeah,
I
but
do own the
I'm
key
not
for
gonna bother you.
nests.
Just remember, don't be nervous. I know all my students get nervous when I watch them for some reason. I don't know
Yeah, I
why. Okay,
am a little bit.
don't be nervous, bro. Like it's okay to make mistakes, to play bad. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see a perfect game where you're 40-0 and you guys 13-0. Okay, I tell all my students I'd rather see you guys lose. Okay, so I can,
Also, I do
yeah,
want to point out
yeah,
I have a problem with commenting like with other people because I don't like talking to people in this game because all they just get toxic,
yeah.
you know?
I can fully understand that. So try your best. Obviously if you don't communicate, I'm gonna point that out in the custom. So try your best. I'm not saying try hard for me or try to make it seem you look good in front of me, but play your game raw, and that's fine. Okay, good luck. I'll talk to you after the game. So round one, he starts mid.
Cutting their vision.
They make tons of
Spike down, B.
noise. B main. They kill two. Becomes
Go.
4v3.
Enemy spotted. Spike down mid.
Spike spotted mid.
One enemy remaining.
I'm out of here. Reloading. I don't die so easily.
I will disassemble their war machine.
So I mean, like you said, like
Go.
those comms are quite bad.
There. In sight.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
You're all more
outta
important than
here.
words, so breathe. Look out for each other.
Missiles away.
Still in sight.
Taken out.
One suppressed. Enemies A.
Take this. I'm out of here.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm sure the stream can see, like, his problem is that he's just not communicating at all. That's probably his weakest thing. Like, he's got decent aim. Overall, I haven't seen too much of his game sense right now, but
30 seconds left. Spike down A. Last player standing. Ten seconds left.
Var försiktig. The battlefield changes with every play.
okay, so what rank is this? 29J, what's good, bro? He's gold. He said he's peak plat 1, so it's gonna be a little bit of a lower level lobby for a lot of you guys watching, probably. But we can kind of identify that his problem is no communication at all. Absolutely none. Zero.
Grenade is live.
Cutting their vision.
No escape.
Spike planted.
Here we go. Enemy B.
Starts.
Last player standing.
So he started B, starts B, goes mid, comes back later on B when
It's not over, you know.
set up.
Go, go, go. Gotta go. I'll show them.
This is round 5.
It's you and me.
Spike planted.
Drop in a scope.
Still in sight.
One suppressed.
My ult ready.
Ammunition. Enemy spotted.
No
B.
peeking.
Last player standing.
So right there, he starts mid, goes vents to A when they're executing B. Comes late, gets a decent kill default from rafters and starts whiffing on that KO. And he's like standing in the open on an open angle. Like he needs to reposition himself a little bit. So rounds 1, round 6. I should pre-write these. Round 7,
Go, go, go.
9, 10, 12. Okay. So, I mean, I like. I can kind of already identify that he's just no communication. His movement positioning needs a little bit more work
Enemy B.
in terms of game, like his game sense movement.
Reloading.
surprise. Throwing net.
Like, what is this fucking movement? He goes from B main to mid heaven,
Last player standing.
back to spawn, back to fight B main. Like, it's his game sense.
Spike planted.
Game sense.
Aye, where to? Gotta go.
They're FFing around 6. Okay. So, you know, he's just he went B main, back to mid, back to spawn, back to fight B main. Like, he needs to make up his mind. He needs to really be patient, gather information, rather than trying to get information by going there and finding it with his body. Like, he's not even taking space, he's just running around the map. Starts B, nothing there. There's mid, they are going A. See how he takes his fight. Good kill. Ramp.
One enemy remaining.
Good flash and peek. But needs to clear his corners. So this is round 8.
Locating
Get out of my way.
Going down.
There.
All missiles away.
Last player standing.
Throwing net.
Spike planted.
We can stand around all day talking about killing them,
Gotta go.
or we just do it.
It's you and me. Prepare for hellfire. I know exactly where you are.
Spike planted.
Grenade is live.
One enemy remaining.
Reloading. Anti-vacuum deactivated.
Somehow they won that round. Okay, makes
They think it is more honorable.
a lot of sense. Okay, he just solo ran out spawn, which you should never really do when there's 5 people running at you, unless you think you're good for 5. But excuse me.
Spike down A.
Enemy A.
Cutting their vision.
One enemy remaining.
Reloading. There.
Excuse me. Oh, I'm starting to feel a little bit sleepy.
Stay alive, please. Gotta go.
So I'll read this note for you guys. Starts mid, looks mid, nothing's there. Goes vents, come back mid, looks vents, goes up heaven, looks ramp, but knees already there. Comes like, what is he doing? He went mid, back to vents, came back mid, went vents. He could just walk down mid, and you probably would have had a flank.
Still in sight.
Drone going out.
Barrier
One suppressed.
deployed.
Cutting their vision.
Spike down B. Thirty seconds left. Ten seconds left.
How sad. You're just like everyone else.
Okay, so I mean that round was probably his
Last
best round.
round in the half.
Not gonna lie.
Don't be cheap. Spend it all before it's gone.
Go, go, go. Gotta go.
Not gonna lie, that's probably his best round. Maybe I can put my camera over here a little bit more. Better.
There. Cutting their vision.
You are powerless.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
Like I never left.
Last player standing.
Okay, so he's on attack now.
Switching sides.
Go, go, go. You know,
I could just outlive them. Nah, bullets are quicker. There.
I'm gonna fry that bot.
Drop in a smoke.
Gotta go. I'm out of here.
They start 5 mid. Go up ropes. Go up. Dance into heaven.
Spike down. I have the spike. Spike down mid.
Yes.
Last player standing.
That's a kill.
Yikes. So I mean, I think this game, you know, not anything about him, but
Killing them is
I think this
easier
game is gonna be over pretty quickly. Just how they're playing. I mean, yeah, it's five. They just lost a 5v4. Like, like, I don't know.
Go, go, go. I'm out of here.
Excuse me. They're just not saying anything to each other. They're just.
Gotta go.
Do you have an opinion on the way Woohoo Jin coaching style? You know, I mean, he's an account buyer. I mean, like he's not an actual Immortal player. In my mind, he's an Ascendant player to me. Because he's, you know, maybe nowadays, but when, you know, even when he first started coaching, you know, that's around when I quit playing.
Enemy remaining.
Was when he was starting to get big, around 2 years ago, and you know, when I recently heard he was an account buyer, I was like, it's probably it kind of makes a lot of sense. You know, he's not a Radiant, he's not a real Immortal player. Like maybe nowadays after 2 years, but after, you know, he bought an account, but, you know, he's played at the level for a while probably, but good round, entry, scaling, and
Find the weakest link. Kick him in the shed.
great
I'm
shots.
out of here.
That was their best round on attack so far. But anyways, going on that point, yeah, I mean, I don't have anything really good to say about him. You know, if you're getting coached by a account buying Radiant player, it's a little bit, right. You know, I'll admit I've never been a Radiant, but I've been close. You know, I've been like 300, 400 RR. Never got there, but, you know, my peak's Immortal 3. You know, from episode 4 to 6, end of 6. Quit for 2 years and I came back, and right now I'm Ascendant 3. Like, I'll be 100% honest. Doesn't mean I'm an Ascendant player. I know I'm a Immortal 3 player. It's just I don't really. I have not been putting the time in to get to that level, because, you know, to get to Radiant or Immortal 3 takes a lot of hours. You need to play
Spike down A.
more than 100 hours minimum. You need to be playing 200 hours and a
I
half.
have
So
the spike. One enemy remaining.
there you go. A. Oh.
Red planet. My ult ready.
He's got a nice aim. This guy's got a nice aim, man.
Listen up, go, go, go. I don't get back up. Just give me a nudge. I'm out of here. Go, go, go. Gotta go. I'm out of here.
Reloading.
Let's go.
All missiles
So this
away.
is round 16. Just read this. I'll read your chat right after this. Round 16. They start B. He gets ISO. Unlucky.
3 suppressed.
Judge on ISO.
Reloading.
Would you coach me even though I'm Sky only? I don't like that I'm Sky only, but it's the only agent, like, or as being the only. Yeah, I coach anybody. You know, today I had a Sentinel student. You know, earlier. I think you were watching too. You know, I will tell you a little bit about myself. While he's dead, I started this game as a Sentinel
Spike carrier is down.
main.
Spike
I
down.
played
A.
Sage and Cypher only for the first like 6 months. Really got good at playing Cypher, Sentinel role, understanding anchoring, holding down sights, parts of the map, stuff like that, lurking, timings. And then I became a duelist role. I became a controller. I was playing a lot of Brim, Omen. And then that was my first time getting to Mortal 3. I hit really a Mortal 3. My first time playing only smokes like Brim, Omen, and Reyna. And then I became you know, I went away from the game for a little while, and then I became a duelist player when I came back again, because I was like, you know what, you know, it's time for me to understand this role and play it really well. So I put my head in. I played a lot of fucking Reyna. I probably more than 5k hours on Reyna. A lot of Reyna, a lot of Jet, little Raze. That was my main agents for duelist, was Reyna, Jet, really.
We win. Survive.
And then nowadays, you know, when I came back recently, I was, you know, becoming an initiator player. You know, I play like every role, and I played them pretty well too. It's not like I just only spent like 10 hours. You know, every role I've got minimum like 500 hours. So I think I'm pretty adept at most roles. So especially initiator, you know, Sky's initiators. I would consider right now initiator is probably my, you know, top 3. So I'm like duelist, controller, initiator. So I think it's even better than my Sentinel these days. You know, Sentinel's a little boring to me because I played it so much, but
Spike down. A.
there you go. Not clearing anything. But yeah, shoot me a DM and we can go from there on Discord, bro. Are you considering getting back to the rank grind? Yep. So, you know, I mean, I wish I had more time every day to grind. I don't, so, you know, I really gotta make do with the time I have. I told my students I'm gonna try my best to hit Radiant by the end of next act. I definitely gonna hit Immortal this act. I'm already Ascendant 3. It's just like,
30
you know,
seconds left.
need more time really to grind. But I don't even have that many days left, so I really gotta dig deep. I think find a duo, because I've been solo queuing since I got back to it, which is not bad, not good. I really need to find a solid duo, and that's what I used to do like 2 years ago in episode 5 and 6. You know, I would have a solid duo
10
that we
seconds
both
left.
played together. Like obviously he's not carrying me, I would carry him too, but these days it's tough to solo queue. It's almost impossible, bro.
Please stay alive. I hate making new friends.
Bet. Yes sir, just send me a message. Get started. Kind of crazy. I only had 2 people in the Discord. Like when the game, sorry, when I started coaching like 2 weeks ago, and now there's over 300 people. So you know, I'm assuming I'm doing something right. Are you gonna play on or off stream? I might play today on stream. We'll see. Not guaranteed. Usually, you know, lately I've been playing off stream because just been tired. I don't know, it's hard to stream all the time. It's just mentally draining. Runs out, be whiffing on guy, heaven forever. Needs to just scale.
Reloading.
I don't know what he's doing. He's just AFK shooting a guy crouched on heaven. Just get out and set up, right, for his team. Or push spawn and kill him. Come and wrap him through spawn and just kill him.
Drop in a smoke.
Last player standing.
Yikes, this might be a quick game. No. Okay, so this is kind of what I'll sum up with his game is, you know, his aim is not the issue. Okay, it's really his game sense, communication, and overall movement, positioning, pathing, understanding these intermediate high-level concepts like entering, scaling, retaking. It's definitely
Bring your best. I'm out of here.
All missiles away. Locating targets.
Cutting their vision.
Here we go.
and me.
Blocking movement. Reloading.
One enemy remaining.
My ult is ready.
Flawless.
We crushed it! Should we celebrate or something?
We're on round 20.
Actually, never mind.
You know, I'm kind of shocked how close they're keeping the game off not communicating, which is quite interesting to me. I mean, he's got a good shot. He's pretty good at
I'm outta
you know,
here.
deleting people. I don't know why it would take 2 shots to kill Brim there. Did he wallbang him? I didn't even see, but overall, he's got pretty good shots.
No peeking. No peeking.
Still in sight.
I wanna be like I never left.
Spike down A.
Never mind.
I'm out of here.
Last player standing.
Alright, well, it's looking like GG, boys, which is good. Good for me, bad for him. Like, losing for him probably will suck, but for me, it's good for me to identify his game. It's much better if I see him lose than him win and have a perfect game. You know, if he wins, excuse me, if he wins and has a, you know, it's a challenging game, he does well, stuff like that, then, you know, it's a different story. But usually when you win in these games, it's quite one-sided.
Watch your step.
Go, go. Enemy spotted. A.
You are powerless.
I know exactly where you
Last player standing.
are. It's
Spike
you and
down
me.
A.
Missile deployed. My ultimate is ready. This is how it ends.
Team A. Defenders win.
GG's.
Man,
Okay, so we got a lot to go through. Okay, I wrote some. I think that game was overall pretty good in terms of me collecting data on your game. Um, you know, I'm sure you know there's certain things that's wrong with your own game. I'm sure you know. Because if you didn't, I'd be quite surprised. Uh, there's some very what's the word I'm looking for? There are patterns or major themes that I will kind of tell you. Um, things that repeat a lot. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna get in the map, and then we're gonna go through all these notes. Okay. I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Oh, I think you're push to talk, so you're not responding back to me. Just want to see if you're here. Hello. 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 Yeah, I can't hear you. Hello. 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 Yeah, I think
hello?
yeah, I can hear you now. Perfect.
Alright.
Did you hear everything I said up to that point?
Nah, I
Okay.
didn't.
Okay. Yeah, I think you're just lagging. It's fine. So I just pretty much said there's a lot to unpack. We're gonna get in a custom now, and I'm gonna tell you your general notes, like not round specific, and then we'll like your overall gameplay, all those things, pros and cons, both what you're doing right and wrong, and then we'll get into the round specific stuff, and we'll really have a deep dive. Okay, so I'm
Alright.
gonna stream my screen. We're gonna get into split. Okay, turn on sheets on, and then we'll get started. So I'll just briefly, I have a bad habit of getting sucked into these general notes too much and trying to get too deep in it. We'll get more into it in detail when that round comes up. So I'm gonna just go through this list so we save some time, okay? But let me just so you were playing
I feel
Reyna.
like split is my like worst map out of all.
That's fine. That's fine. No, I wasn't judging off one game, like your overall gameplay, but still, I can kind of get a sense of what's wrong with your game off watching you play one time. There's a lot of things you're
Mm-hmm.
repeating, stuff like that. And I asked you a question, but you weren't replying because I think you're lagging. But I was like, there should be some things that you understand you're doing wrong as well. It's gonna be really,
Have
really
stood over so many
obvious, like
corpses.
not communicating, right? Like that's a big problem. Like you should know that's
Mm-hmm.
a really,
My
really
ult's
big
ready.
problem. Okay.
I was talking to the team though.
Were you? I didn't hear you at all.
Yeah. It's probably because I was muted on Discord. You can hear inside the game.
Interesting. I didn't even see your thing icon moving though. But okay, okay.
I'm
Hey.
not sure then, but he was texting inside the chat, replying back to me and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I didn't really hear you calm. Maybe that was a little bit on you muting your mic, but
Yeah.
we'll try to look past that then, because I didn't hear any communication. And you were, I didn't really see your voice thing go off either. But okay, it's not a big deal. Let me just do this real quick. Okay, so we'll go through your I was saying we'll go through the general notes. I'm not gonna get sucked in and get too detailed in them because once the round comes up where these notes came from, we'll get really deep into it. Okay, so I'm just gonna go through your cons first, and I tell all my students
Mm-hmm.
there's way more cons than your pros, so don't be upset like I'm bashing you or something. I'm really
Yeah, I get you.
I'm really identifying what you're doing wrong, so that way we can improve. You can improve as a player. Okay, so we'll start with cons. Okay, obviously, if you're saying you're communicating and I wasn't hearing you because it was off, like, okay, then there's a little bit of an issue. Okay, but
Yeah.
I thought you weren't communicating at all, right?
No, that's because of Discord
Yeah,
muting.
yeah. So
That's
that's
why.
probably why. So let's then skip this section because, like, I did not hear anything. I don't know what the hell was going on in terms of your communication. So let's just move on from this section, okay? you
Alright.
know, because I everything I wrote was you need to talk, right? And I'm not hearing you talk,
Mm-hmm.
so it's kind of like, but I'm sure you were talking, so I'll give you the benefit of the doubt there. But okay, but the next thing is before I start this, one thing I kind of dissected your game. Okay, you don't have an aim issue. Okay, your problem is not aim. It's everything else. It's movement, positioning, understanding where I need to go. Your utility usage is pretty strong. I'll give it. It's probably up there. Obviously, you're playing Reyna. There's not much to your kit, but use this
Yeah.
and dismiss and heal, and that requires you to get a kill. So I don't. When there's a Reyna student, I don't really focus on utility usage too much. But overall, I think it's quite good because my other Reyna students would not flash and peek, which you were doing. So this is a high level way of playing this kit. I play it this way as well, where I know I need to flash before I peek. So this was really, really good for me. Okay, we'll get into that though. So your aim is not your issue. Okay, it's really your game sense. Okay, movement, positioning. A little bit of your communications as well. Obviously, I didn't hear it, so
Mm-hmm.
we won't go too crazy on that one. But and also it's just overall understanding these intermediate slash advanced concepts like entering, scaling, retaking, clearing common corners, off angles. Okay, this is your biggest problem, which I tell my students it is the harder thing to learn versus aim. Like aim is way easier to get up versus these things that I'm telling you now. But the good thing is your aim is high up there on the board. Where if you get these up close to your aim, you're gonna become a much better player. Like you're gonna start climbing super duper easily. So you remember when we talked before we started, I was like, some guys are aim, no brain. You would fall under
Yeah.
that category. I'm not saying that you don't have a brain or you're dumb. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying you fall in that category where your aim is the highest out of all these categories. Everything else needs to come to or higher than your aim. Okay, so
Probably because I train it more than
right, and
anything.
that's exactly why you probably spend a lot of time on your aim, but you don't spend time on understanding these other mechanic fundamentals concepts like entering, retaking, understanding off angles, how angles work in this game, stuff like that. Okay, we'll get into it more specifically. But so for aim, all my cons really were for your aim was whiffing and inconsistencies. Overall your crosshair placement's pretty good. You have really, really good micro adjustments, as in this guy just peeks you and maybe your crosshair's a little bit off, you instantly headshot him. So that's a very good trait in terms of aim. But you're just whiffing sometimes. You're panic shooting. There's
Yeah.
just some inconsistent. It's super unexpected, and then you just lose the gunfight, right? So that's really all my cons I saw for your aim, because I think out of these 5 categories, your aim is the highest. It's number one, okay, aim, and then I'll give it utility usage, and then it's movement positioning, then game sense. Your game sense is on ground floor, bro, and that's fine. I'm gonna help you get it up there. We'll just kind of shy away from the comms this session, because obviously you're muted. I can't really hear what the hell was going on. I wish I
Yeah.
did, so we could. So if we do work together more, and we do more sessions, just don't mute it. It's fine if even there's background noise. I just want to really understand how you're thinking, what you're saying, if you're a high level communicator, stuff like that, which is unfortunate that it went like that. I actually thought I could be able to hear you still, but I guess that's not the case. But so we'll move on that from that. So that's it for your aim. You're whiffing, you're panic shooting, and you're kind of panicking in mid fight scenarios, mid fight fights.
Yeah,
So
I get you.
so the next thing will be movement and positioning. So this is a very common thing. Okay, it's you're swinging into multiple people. Whether it's two, that's multiple. Okay, in this game, you
Mhm.
really only want to swing into one like wide swing. I'm not saying a jiggle, a wide swing into one person max. Okay, if you wide swing into two people, I don't care how good your aim is. Okay, especially, and I'm trying to help you understand things on a higher level. Okay, I know you're a plat player, but if you want to be immortal, I'm gonna have to talk to you like an immortal player and help you understand like an immortal player, okay? At the higher levels, if you swing into multiple people, no matter how good your aim is, okay, you're gonna get traded most of the time. I'm not saying all the time. There are times where you can 1v5 or whatever, but those situations are very, very unlikely, low chances of it happening, or whatever, you got sick aim, so you're able to do that more often. But still, Radiant level, Immortal 3 level, Mortal level, you're gonna get traded. Okay, so let's start thinking like a high level player. This is not effective when you're swinging into 3 people holding this corner, and you can kind of
Yeah, I
know
get you.
why. Because you're just gonna die. You're gonna instantly get deleted. Okay, and these
Yeah.
levels, these fights are slow. They take long. Guys are whiffing on, in 5 seconds, and he's dead. Okay, in the higher levels, fights are like this, instantly deleted, dead. You have no time to react. You're gonna think people are cheating because that's how good they are. So to start getting used to that, okay? Don't swing into multiple people. You did it on A, you did it on B main. We'll get there when the rounds come, but it's just a general note. Don't just swing into 4 people staring at you unless you've got a good reason. Like, I hear 4 people running. I have a timing. I can kill at least 2 and get out, dismiss and get out. Whatever it may be. It's
Yeah,
all
I get you.
situational. I try not to be specific. I try to talk in really generalities, because everything's a little bit different, and elo is different. Every game's different. Every fight is somewhat different. So we can't really be specific on that. But you get what I mean. It makes sense where you're not gonna, it's a real fight. You're not gonna take a 1v3 fist fight unless you're a trained UFC fighter or a boxer, and you have to take that fight. As in, there's no other option, right? Most people will just walk away even if it's a 1v2 fist fight. They'll be like, "Fuck that," these guys are gonna fuck me up. I'm leaving, right? So it's that
Yeah. I
same
like to play aggressive though.
Right, and that's fine. That's fine. But there's a time and place to do that. Okay, it's not every fight you're swinging wide into
Yeah.
multiple people. Okay, and I'll get there when it comes up. Okay, so let's move on. Next thing is being out in the open. This kind of correlates together. It's like a lot of your fights, whether it's 1v1 or 1v3 or you're swinging to multiple people, you're out in the open too much. Okay, let's use our terrain a little bit. Okay, you could take a fight like this on a tight angle. Okay, over here like this. Okay, slice the pie and then take a fight. Stuff like that. Don't just wide swing everything. And you kind of remind me of another student I have. He was Plat as well. Same thing. You guys have both really good aim. I would consider your aim close to the ascendant, mid ascendant, high ascendant aim, level aim, just your aim, purely mechanical. Okay, but you guys rely on that too much. Okay, as in,
Yeah.
once you start climbing diamond, especially once you get to diamond and ascendant, you cannot just stand out here in the open and rely on somebody to walk out, or you're just waiting for someone to walk out. Okay, that's not how this game is played, where you
I
rely
just
on
try to
that.
get a pick.
Right, right, and I understand that concept, that idea that you're trying to do, help your team, get the man advantage and stuff. But what I'm trying to say is that once you become good and winning games and climbing, it's not gonna work anymore. It becomes subjective. It works because you're in this elo. Once you get to diamond
Yeah.
and ascendant, and I'm being brutally honest, it's gonna fall off. You're gonna just start instantly dying. Instant. When I mean
Yeah, I get
instantly,
you.
it's instant, bro. Not 5 second whiff fight. It's instant. You're dead within a second. So especially when they're swinging, because I'm sure you know there's peeker's advantage in this game. The advantage is on
Yeah,
the
it
guy
is.
swinging, not the guy holding. It's not like Counter Strike where the guy holding usually has, there's still peeker's advantage Counter Strike, but there's a good advantage with the guy holding because he's seeing the guy first. But just how latency works, ping, the servers, especially Riot servers, they're trash compared to Steam. Like, this guy has a huge advantage. He can react way half a second faster than you can. Okay, and those half a seconds is everything in this game. It's really, really everything. Because the time of kill in this game is really low. It's super fast. Everything is really, really fast. Okay,
Yeah, it really is.
and you know that. I'm sure you played other games too. Okay, it's not like games where, or like a mobile game like League or Dota where fights take like 40 seconds to 2 minutes of a fight. Okay, these fights are like milliseconds. Okay, and that's what makes you become a greater player as well. Not you, but that person who wants to get better, is you need to be able to instantly delete people. Okay, and it's not just aim that helps you do that. It's everything else: your movement, positioning, game sense, understanding pathing, understanding entering, all that stuff together. Okay, so with that in mind, just don't stand in the open and don't swing into multiple people. Okay, we'll get there. Okay, okay. Running around too much. Okay, you're gonna laugh when I bring up this round. You're gonna be like, "What the hell am I doing?" Okay, and I'll briefly explain. Okay, you started mid. You went ropes. I'm not gonna go into the details. You went ropes, came back mid, went ropes, went back mid. Like, you could have just walked down mid at that point. The second time.
Because I thought somebody was gonna flank me.
Right,
That's why.
but that's why we take space, as in you actively clear this by yourself. Okay, you don't hear anything. Okay, it's clear. I then can tell my team, guys, it's clear. But you going back and forth like this, whether your team needs help or not, is pointless. You're going like this, and you come back mid, and then you went back in ropes. And I'll try to show you exactly how to do it. There's the VOD too, so and then you came
Yeah,
back.
I get what you. I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
like-
It's because they was going slow on A, and I thought they was gonna push up, like try to like rotate
Right.
on B. So I was trying to hold both
Right,
angles. You know
right,
what
right.
I mean?
But my point is that you could have just walked down mid the second
And
time.
probably got a pick or something. Yeah.
Got a pick or cleared it. Like, nobody is here, and you walk down. You tell your team, guys, I've walked down mid. There's absolutely nothing here. Then they can play accordingly. This guy might even start walking out B main behind you, right? And then people will start rotating A, because I'll ask you a question to see if you understand. If you walk down mid and you say nothing's there, and your teammate also walks down, okay, you guys both identified there's nobody on this side of the map. Okay, where can they be?
Yeah.
And exactly, you know that. See, you're smart. I know you're not dumb. Like, you can
It's gonna take
automatically.
space pretty much.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's taking space is information. You walking down here not dying is information. It's telling your team that nobody is here. They're, especially if your teammate starts walking down because he sees that. Okay, he clears B as well. Okay, it's just a math thing. We just can deduct that they're all here or in their spawn, which is, no one's gonna be camping here 5 people, right? So we can identify that they're all leaning towards A main. Okay, so that's kind of what I'd rather you do. I'm not saying that this is, good or bad, but it's pretty, in my opinion,
Yeah, I
pretty,
get what you mean.
pretty retarded. Like, you're going here
Yeah.
and going back, and then you go like you're. It's almost like a decision thing. You're undecisive. You need to make sure you know what the hell you're doing. Not you, but the person. Okay, like, as in,
As if I'm them or something, right?
well, not in that you're dumb, but more like
No,
how
I'm
to-
talking about like. I'm talking about like I gotta like read my opponent pretty much. Like,
Right. You
figure out
gotta-
what they're gonna do.
like being proactive. Get a step ahead of them where you don't need to do this, where you're not questioning yourself, because that's what it looks like. You're
Because
hesitating.
if I just take the space, then I don't have
Right.
to.
Imagine if you just started mid, right? You see fighting A main, okay? You went A main, and then it cut noise because your neon got a kill, okay? And you came back and you just immediately, you're like, okay, you know what? They're probably towards A. You make a big brain prediction. Okay, they're probably towards mid. I didn't hear anything mid. They're towards A, sorry, and I didn't hear anything mid. Okay, now I kind of know they're leaning there. And I tell my team, guys, it's all clear. I've cleared middle. They are all A main. Whatever, my team will come double flank, whatever it may be, and they'll all start running towards A if there's guys towards B or mid as well with you, stuff like that. You can kind of get what I mean. And we'll get there when the round
Yeah,
comes. We'll go really, really, really in depth. Okay, but let's just get through these
I'm
notes.
just surprised. I'm low key surprised I even did that.
Yeah, and
I was really paying attention.
yeah, exactly. But it's good that I can help explain and help you understand why this is so silly. When I show it to you in real time, you're like, yo, this is like, yo, bro, what am I doing, right? It's like you're
Yeah.
going back. You did it 5 times, like 4 times.
I was just confused about what they was gonna
Right,
do. Like,
right.
it's either they going mid or like
Yep, yep.
A. Like, I
Right.
don't know. It was just
But
too quiet.
Again, that's a little bit of our information processing and also our game sense. That it'll go under that category, right? If you were a little bit more aware, you would understand that if you were here, okay, holding this and there's no noise, they're not walking up or shooting at you, any resistance at all, you know it's somewhat clear. Okay, if there was resistance, you would have seen it already, especially when you're standing out in the open. This guy would have peeked you, he would have put a cam, flash out, whatever it may be. But you gotta just be a little bit more, identify the situation. Okay, I'm mid. I know that they're starting a couple, at least 2 to 3, maybe not 5, but okay, I'm gonna take some precaution. And this kind of comes with your other notes that I'll explain, where you need to clear corners vigilantly every single time. You don't clear your corners, you just start running down, and then you're forced to look back again on that spot where that guy's shooting you. Right?
Are you
Happened
talking
on,
about the ISO?
yeah, it happened here. Remember this round?
Yeah, and then
You
I
kill
walked
this
like, he
guy,
was behind
and
me.
then you just AFK ran by this guy and came back. But if good players would kill this guy and automatically kill this guy, automatically, and never ever have to come back to look again. But it's a little bit of efficiency where you kill this guy, you ran past
It's
him, and
just
then
unpredictable. Like, who plays there?
right. But when if you think that's unpredictable, it's not. This is actually a common angle, especially at the higher levels. People, this is really common. If you think this is unpredictable, you have not seen anything yet. Okay, because at the higher level, people are places where you least expect it, where you're like, okay, I never need to clear this corner, and you start, and he's there for some fucking reason. Your teammates already out pushed A main. Okay, that's how higher
Yeah, I get
level
you.
players are. Their timings are way more impeccable. Just you're gonna think they're cheating. Like, what the hell did I just witness? Okay, so I'm really trying to help you set up to be a high level player. Okay, I
Yeah, I
don't
get
want
what you
I
mean.
don't want you to be on a plat level way of thinking. Okay, I'm trying to help you adopt an ascendant, lower moral way of thinking, where you must, no matter where they are, where you believe they are, what they can do. Okay, you still need to clear every single corner every single time. Okay, even when you're here, don't just start running because you expect no one there. Just clear it. Be vigilant, right? You know what vigilant means. It's like being a step ahead, taking precaution, taking caution that they might be there, even though they're more likely or not going to be there. So that's just a higher level way of thinking in terms of
Yeah, I get what you
skill.
mean.
Okay, yeah, good. So the next thing will be, so this note we kind of went running around too much, not patient enough. Also goes to first contact. So anytime you're on attack or okay, more on defense than attack, obviously, you start B, and I'm telling you right now, there's gonna be multiple rounds where you go mid back to B main and then back mid back to spawn and then try come out fight this guy. If you just waited for 10 seconds, you would have just stayed here, got ready for a fight, and probably absolutely destroyed
Yeah.
these guys because you have much better aim. Your aim was better than almost everybody in the lobby. Okay. Because not only because you're headshotting, but you're not body shotting. You're not a body shot demon. You're able to delete people, so you have potential there to be a high level player. Okay, but we gotta work on everything else. Okay, for you specifically. Okay, everyone is a little bit different, but we need to work on your movement positioning. Probably the second most close to game sense. Okay. You're just running around way too much. You started here. There's another round. You're gonna laugh. Okay. You started B main. You walked over your neon. Nothing was there. You went up here. Okay. Came back down. Went back up. Went spawn all the way. Then you identified they're coming out B main. Then you got in a fight. It took you 40 seconds to get in this fight when you could have just sat here AFK and just been patient. Is trying to
Yeah,
kind of what I'm
but
saying. Yeah.
I feel like if I do like a late rotate, then my team might get picked off. It was just why I like rotated to see if there's going mid or A or something, like somebody was lurking or something.
But
so
you need to rely on your team to do that. You're here.
Yeah,
why
you're right.
why do you need to hold B main and mid and A main? It's not your goal. It's not your job. Okay, Okay, you're on
Because they
B.
stay getting picked off.
I understand that, but
It's hard.
let's. I know, okay, we can kind of say this is Plat. People are retarded, sure, but okay, let's start thinking about like a higher level player. Okay, if I'm starting B, is my job to hold A main? Does this guy on A expect me to run to A and hold A main? And that's a question.
I mean, if the full team is there, then yeah, but yeah, I get what you mean.
Well, the answer would be no. Like that's his job to hold this down. The guy
Yeah.
in Vents and Heaven, that's their job to hold mid down. Okay, so let's start thinking like that. Okay, I understand these guys are idiots and they're just dying and they're feeding. Okay, whatever. But my point is that they came B and you went mid, back B, back mid, back spawn, back all the way trying to fight these guys. That's my point. Is not really the rotation part, but you could have just sat here and just waited because nothing was happening here. There's one guy mid. Nothing was really happening. Okay, it's a different story when you guys actively hear three of them running mid. Different story, stuff like that, or you see three question marks. But nothing was happening. It was silent. So just chill out. Wait. Be patient. They're gonna come to you. Okay. You know, I told this to a student earlier where the attacker's goal is really to create a reaction from the defense, right? They're gonna, at the higher levels, maybe not at low levels, because she was ascendant too, but at those levels, they're trying to create a reaction from you guys, so you guys leave weak sides and weaknesses in your defensive line. As in, if they start 3-4 B main, what's the natural reaction from this elo?
They just panic spray, if I'm being honest.
Maybe not panic. No, like they're on the other parts of the map, like one mid, two A. One's Heaven here, and you're playing B by yourself, and then you're telling your team, guys, I see 4 B main. What are they? What is their movement? What are they gonna do? What is their reaction when they hear that and see that? Generally.
Oh, like my comm?
No, your teammates. What will they do?
They'll try to push on B. They'll go
Exactly. They will come to you, right? If you say 4 is here, they're gonna just start running across, right? At these levels, okay. Even at the higher levels, when I tell them that, okay, the A guy is not instantly running spawn to me. He's sitting and anchoring. Do you know what that means? The concept of
to B.
anchor.
Yeah, he stays
Right.
a little bit back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He stays on the site to ensure that nobody is, it's not even a fake and there's no lurkers. He's still doing his job and holding it down. But at these levels, I understand because I've been in these levels, so I know what it's like. Okay, once you see one question mark, they're all starting to run to you, to wherever the question mark is. And you have this habit as well. But we'll get there. So, that's usually what they'll do. Okay, you need to kind of like just comes with the notice, just be patient, wait. Okay, don't just start running on first contact. Okay, you see the mid, okay, and then you have to come back because then they start coming back B. Okay, it's a little bit of being like proactive and understanding the game at a different level. But coming to the other point is like attackers are going to try to create a reaction from you, as in, okay, they're gonna start for B but the end A. So they have like a lurker set up mid or A main, whatever it may be. He's listening to see if these guys are rotating off to B, right? Especially when at these levels, when you say, hey, there's 4 B main, they all start running. No one shift walks off, right? So this guy in A main, especially at the higher levels, he'll listen and be like, oh, guys, they're rotating off A. Come back in about 20 seconds. Let me walk up and clear everything first and have a timing where the attacker comes like this into spawn, and then you guys realize that they're not coming B anymore. They've already in transition to rotate over, and this guy's setup is called insert a lurk. They've inserted a lurk where this guy's just gonna have everyone with their pants down and absolutely destroy everybody in rotation. Your team coming back to A, because right, you go, for example, I'll go 4A guys, whole team starts running. The enemy team lurker is like, you know what? They're running off A. Come back A. So they start cutting noise. I'm like, you know what? They're not in yet. And they were like, oh, they could probably go A. So we, as 4 or 5, start running. Right? This guy's set up already because he's heard us run off. You kind of get what I'm trying to say. So you're almost falling into the trap of reacting to the attackers. You gotta be way
like a little bit too fast.
a little bit too fast. I'm not saying that you should never ever react, as in if there's 5 people running down A, don't just sit P and AFK. But there's a time and place for that. Obviously, when they're coming into sight, there needs to be a sense of urgency. Okay, they killed your teammate on A. Okay, now I know they're going A. I must start running. Okay, but it's a different story when your teammate is alive, he sees 3, they make a bunch of noise, they throw 1 smoke, not 2 smokes, they throw 1 smoke, and then they cut noise, there's nothing else going on. Now you know, okay, they're probably going to rotate B, or they're going to re-hit A. So it's a little bit of understanding these concepts and using our brain and understanding how attackers are, defenders are, right? I give
Yeah,
this
that makes
example
sense.
all the time, okay? Think about a real-time war zone, anything, World War II, whatever it may be, World War One, okay? The attackers are the ones that create a reaction from the defenders, right? If the attackers are, the people that are trying to take land from another country, if they're sitting in a trench, what are the defenders are gonna do?
They're just gonna try to lurk up, like
No,
see if
they're
they're
just
gonna
gonna
see if they see him.
they're just gonna wait there. They're gonna wait in
Yeah,
their trenches too. They're not. There's no need for them to go on a counterattack. Okay, right? They're gonna wait to see what the attackers are doing. But let me give you the example where the attackers, the people that are trying to take land, start rolling down the roads with tanks and marching down with thousands of people. What are the defenders gonna do?
pick them off.
Pick them off and get ready. They're gonna get ready for combat. They're gonna start getting anti-tank weapons, start creating obstacles that destroy their tanks. Right? It creates a reaction from them. If the attackers are just sitting around doing nothing, you should, I'm not saying you should, but that's usually what you'll do. If you're not seeing anything and you're the B player, okay, you're gonna just chill out. You're gonna kind of see what they're doing. You're gonna kind of gain some information. Let me just jiggle main here. Is there anything main? Okay, there's nothing main. I'm gonna start taking the space. Then we've deducted they're only gonna be mid and A main just off you by yourself walking down here. You kind of get what I mean? So
Yeah, I get you.
it's that kind of thing where, okay, once obviously, for example, let's say it's their tanks, like they're running down with their tanks and a bunch of guys, and in Valorant terms that would be 5 of them running down, throwing down 2 smokes, one smoke here, one smoke here, throwing flashes out to take this site. Their body language, their intention is to steal the site, okay? Then we can start reacting. Okay, we must start getting ready, as in fight for this space or get ready and retake together as a team and let them, burn all the utility, wait for the smokes, and then we go. Okay, so that's that example. Okay, where you can really apply it, and most of my students will understand off that. But so let's move on. Um, so off that note, you always go to the first contact. They start B, you just start running B, and then you don't hear anything. You gotta automatically go back mid to clear. But what I would do is, okay, your B main guy is there. Okay, you'll know if they're going on site if once he dies and or your teammates telling you they're coming in. Okay, so sit mid, sit AFK. These are the times you can be AFK, where you're not trying to just react off the attackers. You're big braining them, you're metagaming them. Okay, yeah, I know it's a fake. I'm gonna sit here and AFK, or even be proactive and, okay, you guys want to start all B main? Okay, I'm gonna walk down mid and be ready for your rotation, where these guys start running down mid to go sewer to A and I just kill 2, get out, stuff like that, right? So it's a little bit of more deeper thinking than just reacting. And that's a common thing, especially in these lobbies. Like, everyone wants to react instead of being proactive. That's the key. Just be proactive. It's like chess. Have you played chess? I'm sure you have.
Yeah, I have.
Or, even maybe checkers. Like, bro, just stay 2 steps ahead. Okay, don't just rely on move to move, because you're gonna get destroyed when that guy already knows that move's coming and he's ready for something else, or he's doing something else. So it's a little bit of that. Just be proactive, okay? Don't just react to the attackers. This is mainly more for defense for you from this game, but that's that. So last point for movement positioning is, does it need to run it down? This will be more of your attacking rounds, bro. You're just running it down like mindlessly, okay? Like, you don't need to do this. We can take a step back, relax, see where they are, okay? Try to figure out where their setup is, where their cipher is. Obviously, this is split, so there's more cipher, killjoys, vices. So, right, that's the big part of this game as an attacker, is identifying where their strongest agent is, and also identifying where the weak side is, or the strong side is, as in a site that has 3 people versus the site that has 1 person or 2 people, right? Have you played any sports, football or anything like that?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I played football too, so you might be able to relate on this example. Like, what do you play? You play defense or offense?
Defense.
Defense. So I'm assuming you're a corner, or like a
O-line.
O-line, D-line. You D-line.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it might be a little bit different for you, but I played a little defense too in my time. But you know, it's kind of like, how do I explain this here? Like, uh hold on, let me just start thinking about this. Like,
And the reason I was really running it down was
yeah,
because my teammates, like, they don't know how to clear. Like
Right,
if I
right.
don't entry, they ain't gonna clear. Like they
Right,
ain't
right.
gonna entry with me. So I
Right,
gotta
right.
do something. I can't
Right,
just
right.
sit there.
But
And,
the thing is,
you
it
know.
wasn't even like you were clearing though. There was this one round where you went A, you ran down through the smoke, and the brim was there, and you had to come back to him. You need to immediately look here first when you come out, kill this guy, and then, it makes you more efficient. You're gonna come out and start scaling. Okay.
Yeah.
But what I just lost my train of thought trying to think about an example. But it's a little bit like football where, you know, uh, fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say. Fuck. But I lost my train of thought. Sorry, but we'll maybe come back to that. But it's a lot of the sports analogies kind of relate to this concept of don't run it down and just football is always like that. It's somebody has especially in a zone defense, right? Somebody has a section of the map to hold down. They are responsible for that area, right? Whether it's a DB, a safety, D lineman. Obviously, D linemen are usually pass rushing, stuff like that. But you get my point. Just you got to understand your role a little bit more. Your role is not to run it down and just get on site. Okay, yes, that is entering as in going in first, but that is not the whole concept. Entering is really mainly making sure every single corner, off angle, common spots, common corners are all clear for your team to set up post plant safely. Okay, and also one thing I tell all my duelist students is that everyone thinks duelist entering is a selfish role, as in you're obligated for all these kills and to go only get kills, but that is not
Because
the
that's all
case.
people would do, just complain. Like
Exactly. But what you need to understand, and once you understand this, and I'm sure you will become a better duelist player, okay? Duelist role is a selfless role. Why? You're the first one to go in knowing you don't know anything. That's why it's so dangerous. The chance of you dying is really high. Okay, that's why it's selfless. So you go in first, and not only that, you must clear all these corners, no matter how hard it is, for your team. Okay, that's really why it's a selfless role. But everyone plays it selfishly, as it baits their team and starts getting these eco kills and worry about KD and just letting the whole team go in first, and then they go crazy with their aim. Like, no, that's you're never gonna get picked up from a team like that or taken seriously. Okay, so for here, I explained to all my students that a site is in 3 sections. Okay, first section is the most fucked up angles. Second sections are spots close to or back site, and then third section is spots leading into spawn. So here, over here, stuff like that. But we'll get into that a little bit more specifically when the rounds come. Okay, let's just move on from this real quick. So utility usage needs to dismiss better. Obviously, you didn't have many opportunities to dismiss, but
yeah,
there were a few. Okay, there was a thing here where you flashed, peeked. I love this play by you. Poor execution though. I love your thought process. Just poor execution. You flashed, peeked. They got caught with their pants down. They lined up as well, and you could not kill them and dismiss out. And you got instantly traded because they killed the flash at that time and were ready to kill you as well. Because you're out in the open. Because you're swinging into multiple people, right? The time to kill must be much lower. Like you got to be way faster when you do that. But I love this thought process. But the execution was bad.
so be sooner with it. Like just be faster.
With the flash.
Yeah, I didn't pick up.
No, I think overall the timing was good. It's just you need to execute. You need to murder this kid, decipher in the ISO, backing up. Because they weren't like ready for this. You caught them with their pants down. They're right here. They're walking up. You flash, and then that made them walk backwards. I could see on my screen that they were trying to go back. They're trying to leave the flash and so shoot it. But then they ended up shooting it and killing you. Because you're out wide into multiple people, 3 people. Right? But you need to just
So how should I hold it?
not hold it, but you need to execute properly. Instantly
Like
delete.
hit my shots, pretty much.
Hit your shots. You need to peek with intention. You're peeking to kill, not to get information. So peek, instantly delete this guy, dismiss, get the fuck out. Because those are your opportunities to use dismiss that you weren't. Where you caught them with their pants down. Okay, you need to murder them. Delete, dismiss, get the fuck out, reposition, off angle.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Whatever
Yeah,
it may
for
be,
sure.
okay? Because good thought process, just poor execution. You did the right play, but you could not capitalize, and because you kind of panicked. It was unexpected that they weren't gonna shoot back at you that fast. They were just like, I'm not joking. They were caught with their pants out there. They're like, whoa, 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 they're backing up, right? But you gotta just murder them right there and then. Instantly. Deletion, dismiss, get the fuck out. Because there's multiple. You don't want to stay there for too long. Okay? Let's move on. there's not much for utility in terms of playing right now. Okay, it's just flash, which you were doing really well. I admire this from your game. You're flashing and peeking. Okay, you're probably my first student that's doing this on right now at this level. Okay. Something I do too is I make sure I'm always flashing before I clone. Never ever dry peek, right? You know the consequences of dry peeking. You're gonna get deleted. So
Yeah,
I can tell you understand that. So that's good. And I'm sure you've learned from mistakes of dry peeking, and that's why you started doing that. So that's good. Okay, let's move on to game sense. It needs to understand basic fundamentals of economy. We save together or buy together. So, okay, first round you guys won pistol, great. Second round you guys got ecoed. Okay, this is where we need to save. But you bought a vandal with light armor, still lost the round. Well, the result doesn't matter, but I'm just pointing that out there. You still lost the round, right? Like you didn't do anything with that vandal. It would be different if you're like, yo, I'm gonna hero buy and I'm good for 4-3. I'm gonna win the round for us, eco them back. Okay, great thought process, great execution, good job. But that wasn't even the case. You just greeding. You're like, fuck it, I'm gonna buy a vandal. Like, a little ego. You're like, fuck it, I'm gonna buy a vandal and try to get a couple kills, right? Like you kind of know what's wrong with that. So and then I'll explain why it's super bad. Then the third round, because you should save that second round when you get eco to buy on the third. Your whole team had a loadout. They all had full buy, and you're the only one with a sheriff. You can kind of see what's wrong with that. No team wants their teammate to have a sheriff. They would rather you have a rifle to have their back because they're gonna have yours. Okay, the chances of you winning are much higher when you all have rifles. So, and then you guys also lost this round, so then it's just becomes a mess, a snowball effect of mess where your economy's all fucked up, where you need to now save with your team or buy with them. Force again. Let's say they want to force, then you're buying again with even worse guns or the same gun, which is a sheriff, which you don't want. So we need to understand the basic fundamentals of economy. It's not that difficult. Okay, when we save together, we're gonna save together. And there are times and place for all of it. Okay, but we'll get there. But when they're buying, we're buying stuff like that. Some of my students were you're supposed to buy, you have all the money in the world, they would buy a sheriff and light armor, and I'm telling them, why are you doing this? Just ask for a buy, and they're just too shy or whatever it may be, right? But you're the opposite, where you're forcing when they need to save. So just save with them, so that way you have a gun on third round as well. Okay, so nothing crazy there. Okay, next point is running around too much. I wrote it in game sense and movement positioning because it's correlated. You moving around too much is not only understanding where you need to go and stuff, but understanding the game. Okay, I don't need to run around here, come back here, AFK. I could have just walked down. We touched on it. We won't go too crazy.
Take space, yeah.
Right, take the space. We won't go too crazy. We kind of touched on it. That's that. Okay. But I tell my students, I told you already, even though these are all separated, they're all correlated. All these mechanics and these categories all are used together in every single round. So we got to keep that in mind as well. Okay, so next thing is, we touched on this as well, we won't go too crazy, needs to clear corners, every corner, and be vigilant. Okay, whether you're walking down mid, make sure you're clearing here, looking here, hold this for a little bit, come back, clear this, come back to this, clear this, walk down, nobody's there, hold behind you just in case, because this angle, if you just AFK walk down here and this guy comes late, you're dead. Because he can see you. So that's why I always say, make sure even when you're lurking by yourself, just kind of hold this for a little bit. Make sure you're not going to get timing. Okay, clear this, obviously. I'm doing it really fast to show you. And then come, clear everything. Come out of here, look behind. Make sure no one's coming, holding that off angle. Crouch peek. Okay, come over here, hold this a little bit, and then come here. Stuff like that. Clear every single corner. In this round specific, right? You kill this guy, look here, clear this. Okay, it's clear this, come back. Crouch, hold this main angle, walk down, hold it a little bit, get ready to fight this guy. Okay, he's not there. Okay, now I know. Nothing A main, right? I tell my team, nothing A main. Start working towards deducting every other common spot, angles that people like to hold, stuff like that, okay? So just be vigilant, be cautious, take precaution. At this level, yes, they don't do those weird plays where they sit in a corner and trigger discipline, let 3 people run out and stuff like that, but you will experience that once you get higher level, and it's not a good feeling when you're the first one in on mid, you didn't clear this corner, you start going up, you're like, it's clear, and you start running up, this guy trigger disciplines and just kills 4 of your teammate here. Everyone's gonna get upset at you. Okay, so I kind of want to make sure that you're not in those positions. So let's really be vigilant, be cautious, and take that extra step in making sure everything is clear. Okay, and re-hold things. Don't just, you want to clear this angle, so your AFK just tunnel visioned here and just, right? Some of my students were doing that. Make sure you're going back and forth. Go here, come here. Okay, come wide, clear this, come wide again. Okay, clear this for a little bit. Okay, get ready, clear this. Okay, now you look back. Okay, look back here a little bit, come back a little bit. Make sure I'm tucked. Okay, now I'm tucked. Now I can come wide, clear this, crouch peek, whatever it may be. You kind of get my point though. Okay, it's all
Yeah, I do.
situational as well, but that's that. Okay, so let's get into your pros real quick. So I'm gonna be honest, there aren't many pros, because
Yeah.
you know, I just identified that your aim is just really good. Your aim is pretty good. Like I give it like at this elo, it's probably like a 7, 8 out of 10. You know, once you know, even if I give you a true skill of ascendant aim, like once you get there, it's gonna be like a 6, 5 out of 10. It starts diminishing until you improve it and maintain it. Okay, so you know, and we're gonna skip from comms because it was a little bit unlucky. I should have told you to keep it open just so I could keep hearing you, but I didn't know that it was gonna do that. So that's that. So aim, I wrote aim is decent, able to headshot people well, good micro adjustments. Okay, I didn't really see you flicking people. You know, there's not flicking is like the minority mechanic of aim. You don't flick people that often in this game. It's more the micro adjustment, as in you peek here, your cross is here, and he comes out here, and you gotta just pew, pew, instantly delete him,
Yeah.
right? So you have that mechanic. It's good. You have potential to become much better off just that mechanic. I can tell you work on your aim, which is good. Maintain it. Make sure it's getting better. But now we gotta make sure that we're working on everything else: movement, positioning, utility usage, game sense, growing our brain in quotation, not physically, but in terms of the way we process information, understanding these concepts, learning. Always trying to learn other agents. Don't just stay on Reyna, okay? One thing I tell all my students is if you play other agents well, you're gonna get better at the game much faster because you can understand what's going on in a game. Okay, he's throwing 2 smokes. They don't have any more smokes, stuff like that, right? He shot 2 Viper mollies. Okay, he's got no more mollies for post plant. Like, right? You can kind of start deducting these things because you've played the agent, you know what's going on. So I would definitely recommend, you know, maybe not mastering them, but you know, experiment, want to learn and play other agents, stuff like that. Okay. Other duelists as well. Just because you know you're a Reyna player doesn't mean you can't play a Jet, a Raze, an ISO. Okay, because those skill sets all transfer over to every other agent. Okay, so whether you play really Reyna good, you're probably gonna be able to play Jet good, stuff like that. It's just it all transfers over. It's just slightly different and adjusting to the kit. Okay, so let's move on from there. Okay.
I feel like the
Yeah, go
map
ahead.
difference though, if it's like a different map, I play different as well because
Yeah.
like Lotus for example, it's more of an open big map.
Right.
Like,
Right. Yeah.
it's not really the same as Split. That's
Yeah,
more
yeah.
closed in.
These are all like
So I gotta
hard
play different.
hard corners
Yeah.
you gotta clear, come out to fight, stuff like that, right? And there's a lot of headshot angles in this map where people are pre-aiming already where people are gonna be all the time because these angles are so easy to kind of clear and know where people are. And Lotus is a little bit different because it's more open map, right? People are gonna be out in more off angles in this map. This map is more common angles. Not too many off angles on this map, but most of it is all common angles. So yeah, you're right. Like, you know, it's really map dependent and stuff, but still, you know, you can really
So the same concept.
yeah, it's really the same concept that transfers over to all maps and agents, stuff like that. Okay, but yeah, we'll kind of get there if it does come up. So okay, so movement positioning, I didn't have many pros because I think this is your second weakest. Okay, your number one is game sense. Okay, we really need to work on why we're here, what we're doing, understanding what the enemy is doing, whether you're on attack or defense, and or being proactive, like we talked about. Take the space, just be one step ahead of them. I know they're all 5B main. Doesn't mean I have to come here and wait for them to come out. I can just walk down here, set myself in a
Flank.
position, and not even commit to the flank. You don't always have to commit. There are times where you do, stuff like that. It's all situational, but you know, get ahead of them. Okay, I know they're all 5B main. Let's say my team starts telling me, guys, they've cut noise, they're not coming in. Okay, now I know, like, they're probably gonna come back this way and or re-hit. So, you know, if they start re-hitting, then you start taking more space. Okay, they're coming in B now. Okay, finally I can go and move, right? But if you're here and they've cut noise, you can just kind of expect they're gonna come back to you. So you're good for 2. You know, pick a fucked up angle here, wherever it may be. Anywhere, just sit here, right? Just get ready for that. Just
Yeah, I
come
get
here,
you. That
right?
makes
So
sense.
just get ahead of them. Don't react to them because, oh, I see 5B man, I'm gonna go and try to look here and see if they come out. No, okay, I know there are 5 there, I know there's many there. I'm gonna walk down, take the space, and just set myself up for success, as in, you know, pick like kill them all, pick them off, if you may will. Okay, That's it needs a lot of work. We'll get there in all the round specifics. Okay, we'll work on it then. Okay, so the next thing is utility usage. I wrote understand. There's not much with utility with Reyna, like you just flash. So I wrote
Yeah.
understands he needs to flash before peeking. So this is really high level concept. People don't understand this. Everyone drive peeks in this game, especially in the silo. I was quite surprised you're doing this. You're flashing almost every angle that you knew there's multiple there. This is really good take on your game. Like keep this up and work on your flashes. Okay, don't just flash out here and then swing, because the guy holding a tight angle on this angle cannot get flashed. So
Yeah.
what I do is, and this is what I do in my games, is any corner I'm gonna peek with the flash, I make sure it's on the ground next to this the corner that they're going to hold. That way they're always flashed. Because I used to have a problem where, I would flash, I'd have the good thought process, but the execution was poor, and I would get mad. I'm like, how the fuck is this guy not flashed? Right? I'd be like, how the fuck is this guy not flashed? I threw my flash out there, but I realized that he's not blind. I'm throwing it randomly anywhere. I gotta make sure it's accurate and kind of just calculate it. Okay, right here, boom. He's always going to be flashed off this angle. But if I just flash out here, there's a good chance he might not even be flashed when he's holding this, like a tight angle like this. Right? He's never going to get flashed with flashes out there. So, this is a pro. Keep working on it. Find these spots, stuff like that. You can always ask me. I'll try my best to answer them and stuff like that, and teach you. But that's that. Okay. And then the next thing is game sense. I really didn't have too much pros for your game sense, just because also your communication was blocked off. Like I couldn't hear what you're saying and stuff. So it's a little bit unlucky. But I'll try my very very best to kind of get through it during the rounds, and we can dissect these rounds with game sense as well, where you can understand. So I do believe that it's decent. Like, you're kind of aware what's going on. They're going A, you're going A, stuff like that. It's not like you're just lost in the sauce, so that's fine. Okay, so let's just move on to the round specifics now. This is where it gets really, really grungy. Okay, we're gonna get really deep into it. So, round one, he starts mid. They make ton of noise B main. They kill two. It becomes 4v3. They re-clear B main, as in your teammate. His clove sees two mid. He runs down and kills Jet Sewer. They run A and kill Cypher. So this was a little bit of a mix of a pro and cons. Nothing too crazy in this round. It's pistol. So you started mid. They started B main. You kind of rotate a little bit over, and then they killed them. And then they, you realize they're not there. So then they re-walked out B main, right? So off that, I knew that they can only be mid or A main, me. And then you guys walked down together as a team, and then you killed this Jet. One thing I'll say is, I don't know if you said it, but the bomb was down here, right? You can just tell your team. I don't know if you did. It doesn't really matter. I'm just letting you know that for future reference. Just tell your team, guys, bomb is down. That is the most crucial piece of information here, where they can start playing accordingly. Okay, let's say two of you are here and you got the bomb down, and you say that, this guy is gonna start coming towards you guys, whether it's a flank or coming through safely, whatever it may be, because they want to lock this area down to make sure that they keep the bomb here, so that the attackers can't pick it up and go plant the bomb and win the round in a fucked up 1v3 or a 1v2 situation, right? So just tell them, guys, bomb down. I got the bomb after you kill this Jet. And then just hold it down, because you guys killed this Jet and the bomb was still there, but then you guys started running away, letting the Cypher get the bomb and going back. Okay, you just could have just held this space, stuff like that. Okay, nothing too crazy here. So round two starts B, sees three main, B main, needs to tell his team how many he sees. He gets one decent kill and dies. They end up getting ecoed. So I couldn't hear what you were saying, but I hope you told them, guys, 3 here.
Yeah, I was letting them know.
Right, good.
Yeah,
and be specific. Don't just say they're all here, because that's pretty much.
I say how many.
Right, exactly. Be specific. It's kind of like, football is the same thing. You gotta be really specific. Okay, so be really specific. I see 3. Okay. Just how defense identifies an offensive formation, like trips to the right, quads, right? They are specific in the terminology and their language, as in making sure, even though nobody looks there to that side, they know as soon as our team starts yelling trips to the right, we know there's 3 receivers to the right. Okay, so it's kind of like that. Be specific, be super detailed for your team. It's not just for you, it's for your team to pick up on the bigger picture. For example, if there's a guy on A and he doesn't know what the fuck is going on, and you tell him, he's like, okay, I can maybe rotate or anchor by myself. Tell the second guy on A to get the fuck out and go help B, stuff like that. Okay, so it's more about helping your team understand the bigger picture. Okay, and good comms lead to winning rounds. Winning rounds lead to winning games. Okay, so that's that. Nothing crazy. You stood here and then got a decent kill on this guy. I think it was here or somewhere here. It's not really that important. And gets a decent kill, dies. They end up getting equal, and then you guys obviously got equal. They just, you know, and you know, we gotta think about it this way. These rounds matter. Yeah, I don't understand that's early in the game and stuff, but by you guys not getting equal, maybe you guys could have won that game actually, because it was pretty close. It was 11-8 at one point. If you guys didn't get equal, it would be 10-9, right? So you can kind of see how these rounds add up, and I think this round was a little bit of you, not only just you, it's your team as well, but you could have done much more because you had a Vandal as well. Okay, but that's that with this round. Nothing crazy. They'll get more crazier. So because this is just the eco round. But round 3 buys a Vandal. Oh sorry, yeah. Wait, round 3 buys a Vandal when should really save. Wait. So I think I switched these rounds around. Flashes and wide swings into. Okay, so we'll just talk about it. Buys a Vandal when they should really save. Flashes and wide swings into 2-3 people ramp. So remember this round right here, where you flash and then you just swung and they instantly deleted this flash and you. Yep.
Nah, it went under. I saw it.
Like here.
Yeah, it went under.
Right. Regardless, like, you know, we can kind of see why it's bad. I'm not saying this thought process is as bad as flashing and picking. I think it's fine. It's just you need to know if they're staring at you without looking, just off their positioning in terms of noise. Okay, if they're over here, you can hear them far shooting. Okay, you know they're main, probably looking ramp. If they're here running across or shooting over here, or here one walking up, running up, okay, then you start peeking. But it's a little bit of a timing thing, getting better at this, understanding how close they are, and patience, right? Like, you know they're A main, just wait a little bit more. Wait like 3 seconds, they probably would have been started walking up and killed them, stuff like that. Okay. Nothing too crazy here. Round 4, he is forced to use Sheriff because he didn't save when team did and forced. So, you know, this a little bit comes back to our understanding our basic fundamentals of economy. Okay, you should have a gun on this round, but because you forced the round where you shouldn't, you ended up not having it. Okay. Yeah. So when team did and forced starts B, goes mid and comes back B later when B when enemy sets up, needs to make a decision, use his brain. So right here, you started B and then you went back mid, comes back after again when they started coming out B main, back here. Okay, you could have just sat here and let your team pick up mid because they're there. They're closer. Exactly. They're closer there. You're just too worried about where they're gonna go to take a fight to kill them because you know your aim is good. Okay, so a little bit relying on your aim. You want to just take these duels, right? But that's just not how you play Valorant. You gotta just sit here, wait, communicate with your team. Guys, are they mid? Do you see anything? Nothing? Okay, I'm gonna jiggle. Okay. Oh, 1B main. I see 2B main. And then they start taking space. Whatever. They relay back. Yo, I walked out A main. They can only be mid and B main, right? Then you already know to just sit here forever. Because he's walked out or whatever the situation is, right? But you're starting here and then you're running around. And, you know, one thing I told my student as well is, you know, running around defense is a bad thing. On attack, different story. It doesn't really matter on attack. But defense, and I'll ask you, why do you think running around on defense is a bad thing?
Because it gives them like info and stuff.
Exactly, and that's usually the answer I get, and I tell them you got it right. Okay, it's information. Look at my radius of sound. They can hear me from market, like their spawn, me running around. So, you know, better players, better teams will play off that. Oh, they're rotating off B. Let's just sit here and re-hit. They're probably rotating A. Hey, can the lurker make noise? The one guy that's here that was gonna lurk up to go A, they were gonna rotate, but they heard you guys rotate. So they're gonna be like, yo, can you make noise like we're starting B? So that sells the fake, right? So then everyone starts running A and they just re-hit on B. Okay, that's how better players think, stuff like that. So don't just run around giving them free info all the time. Okay. Think about it that way. Like, you're never gonna give them free anything, okay? Especially in, you know, whether it's football, you're never gonna give them an inch, okay? You're not gonna give it to them for free. You're never gonna give a free touchdown. They gotta earn it, right? They gotta make sure that they didn't like, you know, they forced you guys to give it up, whatever, or brute force their way in. But you guys cannot give away information for free, because if they can deduct by audio how many are on B, you know, that's a crucial piece of information. If they heard 3 running around on B, okay, they're gonna run away, stuff like that. They're gonna walk away silently and then re-hit A, stuff like that. So don't give away free information. Don't run around. Just shift walk. If you want to do it, shift walk. Okay, your teammates here, just walk. Okay, go mid, and then maybe start running here. Maybe a little bit, maybe not. I would probably still walk up just to see. Okay, jiggle it. Okay, nothing. I'm gonna come back. And then my teammate walked out A main. Okay, they'll probably all be main. I'm gonna come back here and shift walk back on. Obviously, don't shift walk when they start running out, because then you're gonna get caught here, right? Shift walking. But I'm saying shift walk to get in position where they don't know where the fuck you are. Okay, because if you start running heaven like this, let me show you for example. This, you're like this, they're B main, you're like and you're just like this. Okay, they're gonna know one guy's hell. Okay, just off the auto or in that general vicinity. Okay, so that's that. Nothing too crazy there, but just a little bit of our decision making needs to be cleaner. Don't give information and be patient. I think the major theme is you just need to be patient. You're gonna kill them. Okay, just off your aim alone, you will kill them. Let them come into your terms, as in you're killing them on your terms, not their terms and looking for them and search and destroy. Okay, you're gonna die because that's their terms. They're waiting for you to come into them. Okay, let them come to you. The kills will come as long as we work on everything else. Okay, so that's that. Let's move on from that point. Round 5 starts mid. So this is that round. You're gonna laugh. Wait. Okay, no, sorry. This is not the round. This is later on. So round 5 starts mid and goes vents to A. When they are executing B, comes late, gets a decent kill default from rafters and starts whiffing, standing out in the open. So this round you started mid, okay, and then they started executing out B main. You'll see it in the VOD, and you started going vents, like you're almost unaware of where they were, and then you came back, and then it was late. It was a 3v5 around there or whatever, and you came back for late for the retake. They were already set up on site, stuff like that. Okay. So, here, just once you clear this, make a decision. Am I going to walk down and take the space to make sure no one's there, slash start flanking them? Or am I just going to hold this forever and just kind of, not forever, but, hold this for my team, lock down this part of the map where they don't need to worry about mid. I've got it. And you tell them, I've got mid. I don't really hear anything. It's quiet. Stuff like that. Okay, so we needs a little bit of work here. In terms of our decision making and our overall awareness. You just went through vents to, you'll see it in the VOD, like you just went vent to ropes and they're on B, okay, and they're executing. They threw down smokes and all that stuff, okay, nothing too crazy there. And then comes late, gets a decent kill default. So you came down, and then you killed this guy, right? Default. I can't remember. Did you flank this round? I can't remember. I sure wrote that down, but it doesn't really matter. From Rafter. Oh no, so I got a decent kill from Rafters. So you kill this guy here, remember? You kill this guy here, and then you jump down to fight the KO. Remember the KO's here, and you're holding him out in the open, and you whiffed. Right? You need to instantly delete him if you're holding him here. Okay, but you whiffed, and you're out in the open, so that gave him a chance to react to you. It's not like you're tight. He swung, you're there, and he just killed you. He just sprayed you down. Okay, it was slow, but still, like, you should have deleted him. You whiffed on him, a little bit of a panic, a little bit of unexpected peek by him. You didn't expect he was gonna peek like that, stuff like that. Okay, but I just wrote standing out in the open a little bit. Like, you'll see it in the VOD. You're kind of here, like this, holding this angle. You could have been over here. Could have been over here. Okay, obviously you're exposed here, but just multiple ways you could have held this guy here. What I would probably do is hold him from back here, so that way I can look this way too. Obviously my team's behind me watching this. I'm just gonna stand here AFK, but there's reasons for everything. So I would have just held it here where he's gonna come wide, instantly delete it, stuff like that. Okay, so let's move on. Round 6, he goes from B main to mid, heaven, back to spawn, back to fight B main and die. So this is kind of one of those rounds where you started here with your neon. Okay, she didn't see anything. You went like this, up here. Okay, and then you're, what did I write? Mid, heaven. And then, yeah, and then you realize they're coming out and you just went spawn. Like you're kind of like either rotate. I don't know what was happening here. You're caught in a rotation or what your thought process was, but you start going spawn, and then they're coming out B main, and you just start swinging these guys by yourself, right? Like, first thing I would say is just wait for your team, especially when they're entering as a team, because they're likely using all their utility right now. So you gotta wait it out. Gotta make sure it's safe. So just hold this chunk down. Just hold this space down for your team, guys. I'm spawn. They haven't crossed over. They're pillar, backside, default, main area, right? That's kind of how, maybe new box. This is called new box. So they'll say clear new box, stuff like that. But you kind of get my point. You went from main, and then you went back heaven, back spawn, to fight B main guys coming out. You could have just been patient. It kind of goes back to the other point. Just be patient, relax, chill. They picked up mid. Just big brain your enemies. Okay, probably gonna come be main laid, or let me, my Neon's gonna get some information. Let me just wait here. Get ready for maybe the mid guy instead. Stuff like that. Okay. But you can kind of see where it goes wrong. You could have even from here stop and just come look B main to get ready to fight them. You would have saved 10 seconds and you would have actually had an angle advantage on them where you seeing them come out when they're coming out instead of fighting them when they're already out versus when they're coming out. There's a big difference. Okay. But you can kind of understand what's wrong with that. Okay, so round 7 starts B. Nothing there. Clears mid. They're going A. Good kill on ramp. Good flash and peek, but needs to clear his corner. One was behind box. So you started B. Nothing was there. Okay, and then you went mid. You cleared it. You kind of went out here. Okay. You realized they're going A, so you went fence. Okay. Alright. Right. And then you flashed. No. So you killed this guy first. Boom. And then you flashed out to swing this, I'm pretty sure. And then this guy was behind you, right? Like, you gotta just clear this right away as soon as you kill this first guy. You gotta just assume people are in this general area. Okay, whether this guy, you think he's the first guy, second guy, doesn't matter. Be vigilant. Clear every single thing, because as a defender, you do not know if they are here or not. So it's a little bit of an information thing. You gotta make sure that they're not. So kill this guy. Beautiful. Clear here. Come wide. Clear this guy again. And then start taking this fight here. Okay? Nothing too crazy. Just be cautious and vigilant with your corners. I can't stress this enough. Just clear every single corner. I'm not saying tunnel vision, AFK, go like run like this, but kill this guy, get ready. Just look here, get ready. Boom. Stuff like that, okay? Let's move on. Round 8. Here's a lot B main. He ults. Hesitation and wants to go spawn. Holds his ground. Gets good kill on new box guy. Needs to reposition and get ready for another fight. So overall, this was a pretty decent round from you. So here you heard a lot B main. You ult, right? And there was a hesitation, like not even in what you said or what you're, how you're, well, a little bit how you're playing. Like in your movement, I can see it. You wanted to go back, but you came back to hold your ground because you're ulted. You're like, fuck it, I'm gonna fight for it, right? Like, don't hesitate. Make those clean decisions. Okay, if I'm gonna go spawn, I'm gonna go spawn and retake. Wait for my team. Okay, if I'm here and I want to hold my ground, I've already decided I'm holding my ground. Okay, don't be caught in these loopholes where you're like, I don't know. Okay, I'm finally here, because that time that you've spent thinking, you could have already took a good position or an off angle and murder these kids. Okay, they suck. You have good aim. Okay, so that's that. So hesitation wants to go spawn and you held your ground. You got a really good kill on this guy, the new box guy. Remember, you're over here, you killed him. Good kill. And then, but you need a reposition. You stayed here. Okay, I'm gonna ask you, when you kill his teammate, when you kill the enemy here, what is he telling his teammates?
That I'm right there.
Exactly. They automatically are gonna look for you in this general area. Okay, obviously people move around and stuff like that. That's why, that's why I say it like that. They're gonna look for you here, around here. Okay, so when you kill this guy, and this is a little bit of our game sense and overall micro adjustment in terms of movement, not aim, but movement. And understanding how people communicate and think and talk to each other in this game, and how your enemies think. So if I kill this guy, I know he's immediately telling him, guys, Reyna is pillar behind default. So I will either push this or come on another angle. I'll come shiflog or walk, whatever, run, whatever it is, and reposition where I'm not there anymore. I'm over here. Stuff like that, where a lot of the times you'll see these guys looking for you here, run out like this, and you change your position, so you just destroy them because they're just not looking at you. They don't know you're here or up here or in spawn or hell or whatever it may be, right? So you kind of get my point. Like, just reposition. You've killed this guy, come back and push if you want. Okay, come spawn if you want. Try to get back heaven. Go hell if you want. Whatever it may be, just reposition, because you have to understand when you kill this guy, he's immediately telling you, say, guys, Reyna is here. So, you gotta kind of use that to your advantages. Okay, they think I'm here, I'm gonna move over here and fucking fuck this guy up. Stuff like that. I'm gonna come, they think I'm here, I'm gonna go spawn and wait for this guy to push spawn. Okay, stuff like that. Like, really, and this really comes with your game sense. Once you get good at this, your kills are gonna rack up, bro. Like, you're gonna be getting like 30 kills just off your brain, not just reacting off aim and predict and just taking good fights or bad fights and just destroying them. Okay, I explain to all my students that game sense, movement, position, all these other categories I've told you outweigh aim tenfold. Okay, so you really gotta build upon the skill of repositioning, micro adjusting your positioning. Okay, I kill this guy here, I'm gonna move over here and fight this guy over here. They're not gonna expect me to be here, or I'm gonna just, you know, go hell. I'm gonna swing this left side, stuff like that. Okay, it's all situational. Obviously, this is more of a bad example, but you can use it anywhere, like ramp, you know, anywhere on the map, stuff like that. Okay, so next point is where were we? We were around 8. And then just get ready for another fight after you kill this guy if you're staying in the same position, because it looked like you weren't ready. Okay, they're just coming out and you're just here, just, you know, like like, you know, have some real intention. Okay, I'm gonna murder this guy, I'm gonna have an off kill this guy, dismiss, come back, whatever, maybe. Okay, stuff like that. That goes with that point. Round 9, they stack, they 5 stack A, start solo running out spawn when realize they're going B. So you probably remember this round, you guys started 5A, and then you guys heard nothing. You're the first one to start reacting. You're the first one to run B, because you're like, oh, if they're not here and we're 5 here, they're probably B, right? So then you start coming out. But once you're here, they're coming out, right? And you just solo push this. You'll see it on the VOD. You just ran out by yourself. Okay, just wait for your team. Be patient. I know you want to take a fight and kill people, but this is not how you play. This is called a grief. You're griefing. Okay, you're actually throwing your equal man advantage down. Okay, you're throwing it. You're making it a 4v5 instead of a 5v5 retake. Okay, your man advantage is really important in this game. Okay, you know, same thing in football. Like, you know, you're never ever gonna, like the, you know, a scheme where the blocking team has 3 versus 2 defenders. You know, that scheme's always gonna win in the long run, right? Obviously there are times those 2 defenders do well against 3 blockers, but you kind of get what I mean. Like, make sure it's the same man advantage. Okay, 5v5 retake. Okay, don't just grief here and throw. Okay, next thing, this one wasn't too crazy around. So round 10 starts mid, looks mid, there's nothing there. So this is that round, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so starts mid, you started mid, looks mid, there's nothing there. You're here out in the open, you go vents. Okay, came up all the way up here, and then you're like, oh, there's nothing there. So you came back mid. Okay, goes vents, coming back mid, and then you went back vents. Okay, you went up heaven to look ramp, but Neon was already there, and then you came back mid again and comes back A after some kills from Neon. He should have just taken space down mid after the first or second time clearing it. So, you know, we kind of touched on this. And I'm being honest, you can see in the VOD, I wrote it how it was. So you were mid, went heaven, came back, went back, up ramp, saw no one was there, came back mid, and then you came back again. Like, you just walked down, bro. At that point, you just wasted 20, 30 seconds. Just walk down, okay? The second time you cleared it, walk down. Okay, there's no one there. And then take your flank and commit to the flank, because you'll more than likely have people have their backs turned against you when you walk down on a good timing, stuff like that. Or if you want to take the safe approach, just AFK and vents and just hold an off angle and be like, guys, I have the mid cross, you don't need to worry about mid, watch everything else, stuff like that. Okay, nothing too crazy there. And then I wrote, he should have just taken space down mid after the first or second time clearing it, standard. Round 11 starts B. Okay, Neon is opping B main. He needs to hold something else, take space, or hold another part of the map down. He's a decent flash peek. He understands flash peeking decently. Gets 2 huge kill on B heaven. Doesn't need to come default automatically. Look, enemies. Okay, so I'll just kind of go through this note. So, okay, your Neon was opping B main. Okay,
I blinded for him. He told me to blind.
Sure, yeah. That's fine. That's fine. But once he's holding it for you, just start running mid. Okay, because you know he's got it. He's got an op. Okay, once he dies, you can come back. Okay, he told you to flash for you. Fine, it's fine. You can be there briefly. Flash for him and just come back mid. Hold something else down. Be of value to your team, right? You're never gonna just stand behind him AFK. He has an op looking B main, and you're gonna be like this. Okay, obviously you're over here. It's a little bit better, but still, just be proactive. Go mid, hold down some space for your team, gain information. Okay, I held this down, no one's here, I didn't hear anything. My Neon's still up. Okay, I'm gonna walk down and flank B main. Okay, he told me, yo, there's nothing B main. I'm gonna start walking towards A, because I know if I walk down mid and he's holding B main, it can really only be spawn or A main, and them just sitting here AFK is very unlikely, especially at this elo. Okay, so round 10, so come back. Okay, so 11, decent. Okay, so then you got 2 good kills. Right in heaven, if I remember correctly. I'm sure you remember this round where you got 2 really huge kills here. Right here.
Yeah.
Boom, boom. 2 headshots. Beautiful. Okay, and then I wrote, you need to look towards spawn. You gotta look this way. Okay, because let me ask you a question. When they start, this would be considered splitting B when they come down mid. When they come down mid to B, and you kill 2 and there's no more there, where are they really gonna be?
Yeah, behind.
Behind
Because
this, because they're splitting B. It's not even a lurk.
Yeah.
Let's say it's a split, a 3-2 split, as in 3 coming through main, 2 going through heaven, or 3 go. It doesn't matter. It's all situational. It doesn't matter. It could be even 1 mid and then 4 B mid. It's all situational. But in this case, they sent 2 mid, or 3, and it was really 3 mid. One guy came really late, and then the 2 guys came together. You killed both of them. You killed the 3rd guy much later, right? But here at a higher level, you're never ever gonna kill these 2 guys, and they don't come out here at the higher level. This is obviously Plat. I don't know what the hell they were doing, but they're gonna come through here. So you gotta be ready for that next fight. Kill 2 here, instantly look here, and then start taking the space. Oh, they're not here. Now I know I can walk down and then try to figure out where they are. Okay, if I walk down all the way here, and then let's say they've given up ropes and they're playing heaven from here, not down male. I'll be like, okay, give me a second. Let me see if they're mid, and then you peek. More than often, they're just gonna have their back towards you. You kill 2, 1, and get the fuck out, and have your man advantage stuff. Don't just run into 3 people and feed. Okay, so just get ready. Just get ready to take space at any given moment, especially when you kill 2 like this in this situation. Kill 2, boom, 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 good kills. Sorry, I'm lagging a little bit. But kill 2, boom, boom, boom. Look here immediately. Start walking down, taking space, or getting ready for another fight. Okay. Overall, good round by you. Really clean kills. Good headshots, stuff like that. Decent positioning. This is kind of an off angle. When they come out heaven, they don't really expect you standing there out in the open. So it's a little bit of an off angle just because of what you did. I'd rather you just kind of play off here, off the rafters. They're gonna run out rafters, kill them. Maybe tighter angle, back sight. You can do it from B main as well. Stuff like that. Okay. So round 12. This is the last round on defense. Here's one B main. Okay, this is gonna be comm related, so it might not matter too much, but here's one B main pinging instead of calming, because at this point I thought you were not calming at all, so I didn't know that. So you probably were telling them that they were B main. I hope you were. He needs to also just jiggle or jump peek for information. I don't mind the flash peek, but he whiffed. Needs to get a kill and dismiss. So this was kind of another round where you flash peek but you whiffed. You couldn't get the kill. Okay, you can just jiggle here. Especially when they've locked down mid and A main, you can kind of deduct that they're probably gonna. And you heard one, B main, so just jiggle it, very fast. Jump peek it. Okay, you gotta add this to your game where you're not just wide swinging to get information. You can just, oh, I heard one. Oh, I see 2 guys, and you just wait. You don't do it again. Just wait, guys, to B main, right? Or, oh, I see 3 of you, and they can't kill it because this is so fast. They need to hit a really crazy flick on you to kill you like this. Or even like this when they don't expect it. If they expect it, it's different, but most people do not expect this information peeking mechanic, because they're always head level, stuff like that. Okay, nothing crazy here. Needs to jump peek for information. I don't mind the flash peek. So again, I love your thought process of flashing and peeking, but let's execute and delete these kids. Okay, you got better aim, so let's delete them and then get the fuck out. Use your dismiss, reposition, get an off angle. They start rushing out. Okay, I'm ready for the next one. Boom, dismiss again. I use my second dismiss. I come over here. They hear me obviously, but you just get ready for another fight, stuff like that, and then come back, whatever it may be. Okay. So we're on attack now. Round 13. They start 5 mid. Go up vents into heaven. Enemy is ready for this. Could have taken a different pathing instead of following the same. So this isn't a bad play, but I'd rather you kind of just bait your team here, because there's no need for 5 people to go in here. It's super hard to come up.
Yeah, he said go events. I don't know why he said go that.
Right, like I wasn't hearing that, but it's kind of retarded in my opinion. Like, 1 guy, 2 guys can do that. Okay, you should probably have held this. Okay, you clear this, clear mount, clear mount, and then you clear here, and you hold this / start working it. Okay, you hear them running towards you, get ready for a fight. You hear them rotating, take the space. Stuff like that. Okay,
and Mateo, I think he was lurking behind us, and I told him to stay back to clear mid, and he just sat in the corner because I heard somebody coming.
True. Right. From what I saw, you guys were pretty much all 5 in this area. obviously he probably didn't listen to you, but I would rather you take this initiative to go the other way, just to see what you can get. If you get 2 kills here, they can all come back. You have the site. It's gonna be one max in this area, okay? Or he's gonna be main or on site somewhere, right? So um, I'd rather you work this side while they work that side because it didn't work. You guys all went ropes, and the Cypher was literally just waiting for you guys because they were playing give it up. They weren't fighting for mid. They gave up mid. So this guy was just, they were holding A main, whatever, probably for the Cypher. I'm not sure because I didn't see, but he was ready for you guys to do this type of play. I don't know
Yeah, he was
how,
just waiting.
but he was just waiting, right? He's a nerd. He's just waiting for you guys. I don't know how, but that's kind of why I'd rather you take initiative and go the other side. I'm not saying full run out with your gun and just commit going B, but just kind of work it slowly where, okay, the enemy starts here, right? They hear you guys run up, they're gonna give this up, and then they hear you guys go ropes. A lot of the times they'll start running off to go help that way, or, maybe he'll be in a really bad angle by himself and you can trade him and kill him and start snowballing, as in you kill this guy, boom, and then you kill another guy, boom, and then you guys start taking the site. There's one guy max, you kill the guy on site, boom, it's a free site, stuff like that. And these guys will naturally follow you when you get 2 kills here. They're not going to continue to go A unless they're retarded, right? If you kill 2 on B, likely this site is way less resistance. Max 1 guy. Max. Okay, even if you kill 2 here, it's very likely that the site is free. Okay, depends on who you're killing. It's really agent dependent at that point, and understanding their setups, tendencies, patterns, stuff like that. Okay, but yeah, I'd rather you just kind of work this side a little bit. I'm not saying run up. Okay, just work it a little bit. See what you can get. Just jiggle it, work it. Okay, if they're giving you the space, nobody's here. Okay, just keep going, keep going. Okay, look here, clear this box. Okay, and just make sure you're not gonna get killed off the guy on site, and then just play accordingly. Flank site B to clear it all for your team. Kill the one guy. Tell them, hey, come back B. Or if they're adamant about going A, you come back this way, and have to realize there's people on B. So always look behind you, look back, and then kill the Cypher, and then you guys can, jump out ropes after you kill them. They're gonna jump out, take his gun, and you guys take A together. Okay? So you kind of get what I mean. So just get creative. It's like getting creative. You don't have to just follow them because they said the plan is to go ropes, right? Just have your head on a swivel and just kind of work everything. Just make sure, be proactive, be vigilant. Just get creative, have a little swagger to it. Okay, so round 14, good round entering and scaling, great shot. So I'm pretty sure you guys ecoed them this round. I didn't write where. I should have. I've totally forgot. I'm pretty sure you guys went A or I can't remember. Do you remember where you guys went on this second round?
Probably A.
I'm pretty sure it was around A somewhere. It's not that important. It was just a really good round by you. Oh yes, it was A because you were running up. Remember when you were running up after you killed these guys over here? You just started running. So it was a good round by you. The VOD is there, so you can kind of watch exactly what happened. I wasn't really too focused on this. Overall, it was really good round by you. Just you took initiative. You're leading them as an entry. Clear your corners while you're doing it. Don't just run. And then you got good important kills to win the round to equal them. So that's that. Round 15, they go A. Overly decent and they go A. Overall, I meant overall decent entry. Need to clear his corners, so he doesn't need to double clear things. He's got really nice aim. You're going crazy in this round, from what I remember. Just again, like I said, a lot of the times that there's a smoke here, you're just running out and going like this. Okay, you gotta make sure you're ready for this angle first. This is considered the first section of the site where it's the fucked up angles where this guy just tucked in a corner AFK and has a really crazy run out jiggle angle on you. Okay, so be ready for this left side and heaven when you come out here. Don't just run down like this. Even this spot, I always make sure I clear this because I've had so many bad times where I don't clear and they kill two people, and I'm like, you know what, fuck, I never want that to happen again. So I always make sure I clear that as well. That's me though, personally. So make sure you're just clearing all these corners when you come out. Okay, smokes here, clear this. Okay, clear here, come here. Perfect world, this is smoke, right? And then you start scaling this way, pinch the guy elbow. Your teammates are gonna come this way, and one guy's obviously holding this smoke, right? Stuff like one guy's holding this stuff like that. So that's that on this round. Just double clear everything, okay? Because your aim will be able to kill these guys in these corners sitting AFK, because you got peeker's advantage as well. They're not gonna be able to react as fast. So next round is round 16. They start B. Okay, he gets ISO ulted. This is a little bit unlucky. Judge on ISO, so nothing really in this round. You got ulted, and then remember the ISO just ran at you with a Judge in his ult.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing
It was
really.
weird. That was
Yeah, that was bro. Like what is what is that guy doing, right? Like it's pretty unlucky in my eyes. Like he played it kind of well, as in like it's unexpected for him to run at you with a Judge. One thing
he's
I will
weird.
say though is that you can always play the edges of ISO walls in the ult. So let's say one wall is here, there's one wall here, and this is like the middle. You can just come to the side of the wall and kind of play accordingly, listen to what he's doing, stuff like that, hide.
Yeah, that's what I was doing, but
Yeah.
I just heard him coming towards
yeah.
me. I just backed up.
But that's the thing. You started backing up off that, right? You should have just off that running up down the middle, just wrap the wall and just shoot him from behind. Because he was just trying to see where you were to run through the middle. But you started panicking because you were on that side, and then you started going back because he's running at you. So I'm just saying it's a little bit of a adjustment thing. It's obviously situational as well. We don't know what he's got to judge. So backing up there is not bad, but. Now we know, like, if this guy's running at you in his ult, he's probably got a Bucky or a Judge, so just play off the wall. That way, you have a little bit more leeway. It's a little bit more unexpected. One thing I see a lot of people that are good in ISO ults, playing against ISO ults, is they'll immediately jiggle the middle and just take out their classic and try to break his shield right away. Immediately. You get ulted, come out, jiggle, and then get behind the shield and kind of just hide and play accordingly, stuff like that. To get rid of his shield and the advantage that he has there. Okay, nothing crazy in this round. So round 17, they go A, not clearing anything or helping teammate planting bombs. So you'll see this in the VOD, okay, where you go through the motions of entering, okay, but you're not really scaling / really entering effectively, efficiently. Go in, clear this corner, come here, spam this a little bit, make sure this goes. It's perfect world. This is smoke, this is smoke. Come to the site and clear it for your team, because you immediately went this way, but then he started immediately planting and died because there's one guy here or whatever. It was from heaven, whatever. Maybe just protect him when he's planting. That's your job, is to protect.
I don't
this
remember
guy.
that round.
Yeah, you'll see it in the VOD. It's round 17. Okay, it's not that crazy of a round. Like nothing crazy happened. You guys entry took the site, but you guys lost the round because of it.
Is it when I got hit by the trip?
I honestly cannot remember that level of detail, but I just remember you were going in with him. It was like two of you leading the way, and then he went this way, you went this way, and he planted the bomb immediately and died from elbow or wherever maybe, and you guys just all started dying. Over here.
Okay.
You gotta just go with him with sight. Make sure it's clear. Clear right here. Clear the screens, obviously. People up in there. And then once he starts planning safe, obviously you probably would expect him to plant here. He's like kind of planning here like a retard. I don't know why, but
There.
let's say he's planning there, you just watch it for him. Just stay here behind him, plant, and then once he gets up, he goes elbow, you start watching this other angle. It's tactical, right? A SWAT effort, they're never ever gonna let this guy breach by himself or whatever, defuse a bomb by himself, and it's like, yo, bro, don't worry, I got the back of the building, bro, don't worry, right? Like, it doesn't make sense. So be tactical, get his back, because he's got your back, especially when he comes back up. He's gonna go elbow and push and take that space. You come over here, get ready for people to take a fight, stuff like that. Okay, so that's really your role. You gotta make sure the site is really clear and safe for them to plant. Even if you believe that it's not safe, tell him, bro, it's not safe, just wait, don't plant right now, let me clear this first. Be a leader. Okay, so it's a little bit of that. Round 18, he runs out B, whiffing on guy heaven forever. Needs to just scale. So I
Was it
remember
the cipher?
yes, he was crouched in heaven, and you came out here, you flashed out like this, and he was crouched up here, remember? And you're trying to kill him for so long. You remember this round? Bro, just, especially if you identify it's a cipher, bro, just start scaling. Scaling means pushing towards spawn, or taking a lot of space and making sure like scaling and entering, you can kind of say is the same thing, but it's a little bit slightly different. Scaling means like you're it's in the name, you're scaling up, you're going, you're adding progression to your movement. Entering just kind of means like getting in and making sure it's clear. So scaling is added on to entering. So you scale usually after you entered properly. So you entry properly, then you start scaling. But in this situation, you don't even need an entry properly, because the cipher is there. You kind of know no one's playing off these trips. So just start going, obviously clear all your corners, but start going towards heaven, as in spawn or go up hell or sit under the rafters and make a play like that, because you had a huge timing where nobody fucking knew you were out B main. Okay, until you started whiffing on this guy or whatever, started shooting.
I hit him in the head and did nothing.
Right, right, right. But my point is just that you had such a good timing, as in nobody knew you came out. Even if you didn't flash and you came out, or you flashed and came out, nobody knew. Like these guys were
I should
brain dead.
still took the space.
Just
and
take the
stuff.
space, clear this immediately. Say, yo, I have B, it's free, and then start pushing towards the third section, which is spawn, because you know obviously you understand pushing spawn, you're gonna get a lot of kills. People are caught in rotation, they have their knives out, stuff like that. So, and you can flank this crazy timing where you just look here, make sure no one's gonna come straggle behind, and then you kill the cipher, and then the mid opens up. The mid players can start going up here, and then you kill that guy. You just instantly start going spawn, wait for these rotations from the A players, and then these guys will obviously, your teammate will play accordingly as well. Okay, so just understand this, because you got stuck here. You'll see it in the VOD. You were here, you flashed, you kind of expected someone to be there, so you were here, and then you're trying so hard to kill this guy, but you couldn't kill him, right? You know, and there's nothing wrong with that, but just if you're gonna kill him, make sure, or try to kill him, just make sure he's dead before you progress. If you cannot kill him, and you know there's no resistance,
That took so much time. That's
yeah,
the
it just
thing.
took
Yeah.
wait. It took 5, 6, 7 seconds, bro, and then you died, right? If you just identified, oh, nobody's looking here, guys, I got it for free, you would have more than likely killed 2 to 3 people, just because of your aim as well. It's not like you got bad aim. So just gotta add more of this movement, positioning, pathing stuff into your game, and you'll become a monster. Like, I guarantee it. Just because your aim's already up there, once you get all these things up to your aim, bro, you're gonna be a different player. Okay, so let's really work on that. Identify the situation. We swing out. Okay, let's say you're coming out B main as well. Okay, for example, like this. Okay, you know, usually people clear B main like this, right? They make sure no one's here off this angle. Okay, they walk up. All right, and then they kind of start slicing the pie. They want to make sure no one's here. Look backside. One guy will usually hold this. Obviously, you're only with 1 or 2 guys, but you know, I'm giving you an example where you're with your team. Okay, and then we can, you know, let's say 2 guys are mid. It's a 3-2 split. So we go 3 B main, 2 go mid, and then they're occupied. And then you know you flash because we've cleared all these common spots where they're gonna hold. Okay, and then you even look after, there's no one there. You're like, what the fuck? No one's there. And then this guy's busy fighting your teammate. Just start fucking running out. Clear hell. Okay, maybe even spam this box a little bit. Clear hell. Come, always clear her. People always say here, so clear that, and then just keep looking at everything. Clear. Okay, this is clear, guys. Come, eyeball sight. Right, and then make your way towards the rotational guys rotating over. Just gotta identify this much faster. It took too long. You just share 5 seconds and then you went. You gotta immediately just run out. Okay, no one's here, no resistance. Let me clear the site for my team so they can come back and it's clear. And then I'm gonna go get my kills, get mines, stuff like that. Okay, so nothing too crazy, but a little bit of a information processing thing, that the situational awareness thing as well combined. But you know, nothing too crazy. Just go to site because he was occupied with the mid guys fighting. Next thing is round 19. They go B. His pathing is always the same. Goes towards back site default on B. You can just scale somewhere else. So your default pathing is just to go this way every single time. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's just switch it up a little bit. Get creative. Okay, you can come out this way, let your team go that way, and because you'll have a timing on these guys listening to you guys run out, so this guy's just staring, trying to kill your teammate, and you just come out here and you kill them, boom, and then you make your way, whatever, you just go towards hell and then sit here, wait for the guys that are rotating and kill, and then another guy come out spawn, boom, boom, boom. Right, this is a really key spot. Okay, this spot can really hold 2 spots by yourself, and if you do it properly, you're gonna win the rounds for your team, and your team won't have much resistance, as in the retake where they're facing 5 players, because you've timing this guy. Okay, you kill this guy, boom, you dismiss out over here, kill another guy. Now it's 5v3, stuff like that. You get what I mean? So
Yeah, I get you.
get creative with it. You know, it's just like football. You're not gonna go in the same gap every single time. They're gonna tell you, hey, switch it up. You're lined up here, but you're going in the A gap. You're lined up in the B gap, but you're going A. Right? You guys will switch it up to throw off the O line as well. Right? So it's a little bit of that. Get creative. Okay, just because it works doesn't mean you do it all the time. You gotta force yourself to do things that are uncomfortable as well, so you learn and get better and understand the map, pathing, timing, stuff like that. Okay, so that's that. Next round, round 20. Same thing, doesn't understand entry concepts, off angles, entry angles, common spots. So you know, you're kind of going through the motions of going onto site. Okay, but like I showed you, that's how I would clear B main. Okay, first things first is we come here, make sure he's not here, we cross peek it, we walk up together, or run up together, whatever it may be. We make sure they're not off on these off angles. Okay, these fucked up angles that they're gonna be holding. Okay, one guy holds it. Then now we must clear the first section of the site, which is close here, right? And then as a team, you know, the perfect world, that's smoke, spawn is smoke. So you know, you guys all start running out, looking hell, clear hell. You guys probably would have spammed this a little bit, clear this. Guys, backside's clear. We have all of this section. So you gotta understand where people like to play and common angles, off angles. But you know, those things kind of, I know it's a generic response, but those things come with playing the game a lot. You gotta experience these scenarios, these situations, and also you gotta make mistakes. You gotta make the uncomfortable play, which didn't work, and then you build off that. Fuck, I went this way, but I should have killed two. They're not looking at me, and I got traded. What should I have done differently? Maybe I should have thrown a flash here, or maybe I should have looked heaven first before I peeked. I would have killed him, and I got three. So making mistakes are actually important in this game, where you will grow as a player by just being really hard on yourself and dissecting the situation. Fuck, I should have went this way. I should have went this way. Fuck, I should have cleared this one time. Fuck, I should have cleared here when I rounded the corner. I shouldn't have pushed spawn. I should have pushed spawn. Stuff like that. So you gotta start thinking this way. Okay, and you're gonna see your growth grow exponentially. Okay, you're gonna be really critical on yourself. Stuff like that. Okay. So you know, it's all site dependent as well. Like on A, I can show you kind of how I would entry A. Okay. You'd come here, right? You know, this is just through my experience of playing. You know, Split was one of the OG maps that came out when the game was out, so yeah, I played it for a long time. I kind of know these spots that people like to play because that's just the most common things, that the things that work. So I would automatically come wide here, hold this off angle because people love playing this angle, me included, where I'm like, yo, I'm good for 5 here, and I just come out, push up as Reyna because it's unexpected. So I always clear this. One guy, you know, we swing together. One guy will hold it, and then I start clearing this. Come wide. Okay, no one's there. One guy's still holding this. Okay, I look. Oh, sorry. This always happens. When you're in the custom for too long, it kicks you out. Usually for an hour or two. But okay, let me just get it back into it.
But you don't really want to take too much time clearing because you want to take the site, right? So if I take too long clearing, then
right. But at the higher levels, actually entering becomes slower. Okay. Obviously, it's better to be efficient and fast, as in run it down and make sure it's all. But at the higher levels, they are so good that they clear these sections that lead up, because A ramp isn't a part of the site, right? It leads up to the site though, or like A main, that area, hell, right? Like that could be considered thing too. But give me 1 second. What the hell's going on here? Right, but if you really watch a Radiant player play, okay, they will clear these angles slowly with their team with no noise. That way they can explode out of A main. Okay, but I do understand your point that, and in this rank you do want to do it fast as well. But the higher you climb, things become more patient. They do things more slowly. It's more.
yeah, something that I really lack. I got no patience.
I mean, it's, you know, you can just build it. It's not like, you know, it's genetics or something. It's a skill. So, you know,
Yeah.
just tell yourself, calm down, slow down. Going fast isn't always the best thing.
Special.
Okay,
Still human. Still more.
just really be grounded in what you're doing. So, you know, let me just let this time go down. You know, there are situations where you must clear these things really fast. You know, there's 20 seconds left and you guys rotated from B. There's not much time. Okay, you just start running out and clearing it. Okay, that's a different story. But start of the round, okay? There's so much time that you can take your time. Okay, but I'll kind of show you once this barrier goes down. But what the fuck? Okay, there we go. What the fuck? Oh, it's because the barrier's up. But so, you know, I'll show you right after, as soon as this goes down.
My ult's ready.
I know it's been long too. We're almost done. Got a few more notes, and then I'll show you in the range stuff, and we'll be finished. So I would come here, hold this, I'd clear this. One guy would hold it. I'm together with my team, right? Perfect world. And I'd clear this, make sure they're not on this off angle. Okay, I would get ready for this heaven guy. So I'd peek there. Okay, he's not there. And then they smoke this and heaven. Perfect world. One guy's still holding rep, just so we don't die from our backs, right? One guy might even scale it, go up, clear this close left, get ready to go up heaven. Okay, I come here. Okay, so from here, I looked heaven, nothing there. I look here. One guy starts holding this. I come back wide on this angle because I need to clear hell. So I come like this, jiggle, throw my flash.
Still inside.
Okay, I look here. right? My teammates coming out with me. Obviously, I'm not by myself. Clear here, you know, this, and then you know you can decide at this point. Go here to really be a really good entry to make sure it's clear, or go scale because you've done the first section. You can kind of rely on 3 of your teammates to do this section. If they can't, then they're just retarded. So you know, then you might have to start doing it. But you know, at my level, I can rely on my team that if I've gotten them in this site this far without any of us dying, I can rely that they can clear this at least for me while I go and scale, spawn, and try to make a play for my team to set them up for success in this round, okay? I'm not gonna just mindlessly run down and fight 3 people, okay? If I hear 3 people, I might even come back to like, yo, there's 3 on me, 3 on me, one more guy come. He might come, stuff like that, okay? But, you know, that's how I would do A, okay? You know, any site, you tell me any map, I already know my sequence, what I need to do in terms of getting on that site, and I do it every single time. I be vigilant, you know. I don't just not clear something because I still clear it. I do it faster, right? Like I know he's not here, just gonna okay. He's not here, okay. I go okay. It's not here, okay. I'm gonna clear, right? Doesn't mean just lock in and just try to clear it fully, but you know there are times where you must clear everything. Generally, you should be clearing everything. That way, it becomes a habit. It becomes like second nature. It's super easy. Okay. The next thing is where are we? So we were on round 20. So we're on the last round, okay? They go A, KO ults, and Brim smokes main. So Brim smoked right where my flash was, the enemy Brim, and KO ulted while you guys were here. I like this play, but then starts to whiff. Remember you walked across this smoke?
Yeah.
You went up here like this, and then you just started whiffing on. You just whiffed on this guy so hard here, bro. You kill this guy, you dismiss, get the fuck out. You would have probably won the round, but you got like it was like unexpected or something. You just panicked. Like you had him. I was like, yo, he's got him, and he's just whiffing like crazy, right? Like you gotta be killing this one guy because he did not expect you to be here too. He peeked like he didn't even know you were there, right? And then his teammate kind of helped him. But if you immediately deleted him, dismiss, the ISO wouldn't have traded you. Okay.
Yeah, I missed so bad. I don't even know.
Right. So you know, if I were to if I were to sum all these notes up, really, you know, and generalize it, it's like, you know, you need to just be patient, take your time, just really take a step back and just understand the scenario you're in, whether it's a 5v5. Just look at the player count, because that in itself will give you what you really need to know. Really need to do the criteria. If it's a 5v2, okay, it's just brain dead. We're just gonna go in together 5, clear all the corners, stuff like that. You know, if it's a 3v5, it's different protocol where okay, one guy might have to take a risk play and try to kill 2 to even it out, stuff like that, right? So you can really use the player count to your advantage in terms of understanding what the protocol is. Maybe not the information of the round, and in a way you can get information too, but the protocol. What do we need to do in this situation? A 5v3, 5v1, 2v4, okay, stuff like that. Okay, you will really start building your game sense and stuff like that. But let me go in the range. What do you do for warm up, by the way?
Kovacs.
Kovacs. Which playlist do you do? Because I use Kovacs.
I do statics. I do.
Do Pure G?
What is that? No, I don't know what that is.
Okay, I'll send that to you. So that's the one I use to get to Immortal 3. Super good. It's super hard. It's not gonna be easy. So, but
yeah,
if you
I like challenges.
if you can do this,
My
I'm telling you,
ultimate's
you will be an
ready.
Immortal player. Like by just working on everything else. Okay, but so this will be
I like tracking scenarios though. I mean,
tracking scenarios. Yeah. Okay. There's a lot of tracking in that scenario too. And also, do you use aim labs at all? Or
no, I don't really use it. I don't like it.
Yeah, it's more for the noobs, you know, the noob painters.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like the dots are way bigger on aim labs. You know, that's why I use Kovacs too. It's much harder. It's more intense. You really work out your arm. There's some progressive overload there as well. But okay, so so you just do Kovacs. That's it. No DMs, no range stuff.
Oh, I do Kovacs, and then I go to inside of DM, and then yeah, I do like
So
match.
perfect. So now this, bro, will be your baseline. This is like your A skip, B skip, C skips in football. Okay, don't ever skip this ever again. Okay, this is your warm up. Okay, so
The practice range.
yes, you know, this is the baseline. So each exercise you'll start at 5 minutes. You can go longer if you want, if it's too easy. But this is your baseline, and you know, obviously you play football. I'm sure you hit the gym. You know what progressive
Yeah.
overload is, right?
I just feel like you
Yeah.
don't really gain anything from practice range. I don't know why. I
Why?
just don't
Why?
have,
Why would you say that?
I don't really. I don't feel it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like I gain anything from it
So
unless it's like
how
Kovacs or something.
how I'll teach you to use the range, you will feel it. Okay, just like I'll give you the example. You know, if you were to say that to a football player, they'll laugh at you if you're like, "What's the range? What's the weight lift for?" They're like, you know,
Yeah.
what's the weight room for? You know, I'm just a football player. I just need to be fast. They'll laugh at you, right? You know that. So that's like what you're saying right now. It's like, what is the range for? You know, I don't feel it. You know, you're being like Allen Iverson. Like, let's practice, man. Like, you know, I can shoot. I can do
It's
Kovacs.
mainly because it's standing bots. Like, you just shooting
Yeah,
at
but
bots. You know what I mean?
you know,
And not a moving
there was
target.
there was a clip I'll tell you about Tyreek Hill that I saw, which really resonated with me. Okay, they asked him. It was one of those podcasts where they all sit together to get drunk or whatever. But they asked him. They said, "Yo, what makes you so great?" To Tyreek Hill. You know Tyreek Hill, the Cheeto.
Yeah.
They asked him, "What makes you so great? What makes you so fast?" Right? And he goes, "You know what it is, man." He's like, it's the basics, man. You got to do your A skips, B skips, all those basics and master them. Okay, so that's what this is. These are your basic fundamental mechanics of aim that you must work on every day to master it. Okay, and one thing I'll show you another example. Okay, all the pros that you see play, do you think they don't go on the range? And if you
No, they
say
definitely do. I'll be watching.
yes,
I'll be
bro,
watching.
bro.
They always go in the
Bro,
range.
they're in the range. Some of these pros, and I know some of these pros, they're in the range for 4 hours just working on this. Where
And I don't see why. I don't see the point. And
no,
I just,
but I'm trying to help you understand why. Okay,
yeah.
because we need to master the basics to become a pro gamer. Okay, I can give you another example. You think Tom Brady became the GOAT by just sitting on the couch eating Cheetos? No, bro. He practiced and understood the basic theory, concepts of football, defensive zones, offensive plays, stuff like that. He mastered the basics of throwing a ball, repetition, right? I can give you so many examples. Basketball player, you think Steph Curry shoots like that just sitting on the couch, bro? He probably missed and made so many fucking three pointers, right? Golfers, you think they just forget about their putting because it's useless? Like, what the fuck? I'm never gonna putt. I'm just gonna get a hole in one. No, bro. They practice their putts, their everything, their swings 5 bajillion times to master that, right? Golfing is a sport where form is important, right? If form is important, you gotta practice your form for where it's mastered, right? Look at Tiger Woods. Look at anybody. So those players, those people got to that level because of the basics. Okay, it's the same thing in football. You're never ever gonna be great in football if you don't do the basics right. Right, your coaches are gonna get on your ass, stuff like that. Okay, I was a running back. I played a little bit DB, so you know in Canada over here. So I played college ball and stuff like that. So you know I know a little bit about it. Right, I won championships. I know what it's like. So you know I understand the sports side of it too, and also the gaming. But we gotta put it together. Okay. Okay, you need to master your basics to become a pro. That's what a pro is. Pros, you know, obviously get paid, but also you gotta master the basics where it's natural to them. It's nothing. Okay, but if you don't do this, you're never ever gonna be a good player. I'm not saying you, but that person that would never ever do the range. Um, everyone's a little bit different, but still, mastery is key to becoming successful in anything, in all parts of life. Okay, making money, it's all correlated. Progressive overload is correlated to almost everything in terms of improvement. Okay, money, whatever it may be, getting big, cardio, stuff like that. It's all progressive overload. So what I'm gonna show you is involves constantly increasing the intensity where you will start to feel it at one point or another. Obviously, maybe not in the beginning at 5 minutes intervals. If you really want to feel it, we can start you at 10 minutes per exercise, but we got to really see where you are. So first exercise, let's get through these exercises. And one thing I'll say is that I'm gonna show you these 5 exercises. You must do them and increase the intensity every week or every 2 weeks. So, let's say for you, okay, you do it at 5 minutes and it's not hidden. It's not, you don't feel the burn. Okay, then automatically tomorrow you go up to 8 minutes. You start feeling the burn. Okay, you stay on that for a little bit, and then next week you go up and up and up and up, where you don't feel the burn anymore at even 20 minutes, and then that becomes your baseline of aim. Okay, you've maintained your aim
That
and
makes sense.
and
Yeah.
or gotten it better, right? That makes sense, right? So that's why you don't feel it, is because you're not actively increasing the intensity. You're not increasing the progressive overload. You're not adding that mechanic to your aiming. Okay, it's the same thing with Kovacs. Obviously, I'm sure you're a high level at Kovacs, but just because I watch your aim, but For you to get there, did you stay on the same time of the same routine? Probably not. You definitely pushed yourself. You wanted to get faster. You pushed the speed. You increased the time. The times you did it, you feel like shitty. You kept going on more and more and more until you felt like it was right. Stuff like that. So, add that same level of thought. Don't skip out on the basics because you feel like it's pointless. And I've been there too, where I'm like, why the fuck am I doing this? Right? This feels so boring. But you really gotta add sacrifices into what you want. And in this game, you want to be immortal. That's why I'm being a little bit hard on you. It's like you get what you put in Valorant. It's like anything in life.
You said that before.
And you probably see me say that in my VODs, and it's true though. Because I've experienced life. I failed life. I don't know how old you are, but I'm turning 29. I failed a lot of times in life, so I understand these things. I understand. You gotta just keep pushing forward, get better, improve. Even when you don't want to, or when you're young and you're just ego. When I was young, my ego was huge. I was so emotional. I had not an ounce of logic, but I learned that through failing and just progressive overload, just trying to get better, stuff like that. So that's something we gotta really add. So this first exercise is called left to right headshot. Trust me, you will feel it. Okay, if you do it properly, you will feel it, and I'll make sure you feel it. So left to right headshot. You're gonna come on top of this ledge. I learned this from Wardell. Okay, back when the game first came out, this is what I did to hit Immortal first time. So you're gonna go head to. This is a precision-based exercise.
Oh, okay. I see what you're talking about.
This is not a. Yeah, I'm sure you did. It really works. But how I implement it with my students, it's gonna be your baseline. As you do this every day, you make sure you're doing it more and more and more and more. Your aim's gonna be super fucking crispy. And I'm not saying your aim's not crispy. It's just let's be like Cheetah.
It can use somewhere. It can be better.
It can be always better. Even me, anyone, any pro, any Radiant, their aim can always be better. Even tens, or you'll become washed, as they say. Right? It happens with any aspect of life. Making money, a sport, video games, whatever. You'll become washed. So that's why you must maintain the basics. And let's be like Cheetah. Okay? Let's really, really master our basics. So this is a precision-based exercise. We're gonna go head to head, point A. We're also working on our smoothness, as in straight line. Okay? And we're going point A to point B. So, I'll show it to you really slowly. And it's okay to miss. The goal is not to miss, but identify what you're doing wrong. So if you overflick, you tell yourself, fuck, I overflick. I gotta calm down, slow down. If I underflick, I gotta add a little bit more speed, maybe readjust my arm, whatever it may be. So I'm gonna
go slow. So you are flicking? Because I think you're...
No flicking. No,
micro adjusting.
No flicking here. So I'm going here to here. I'll do it slowly for you. There's no flicking at all. It's just smoothness. Work on your straight lines, smoothness, and overall headshot capabilities. Okay, so there I underflick. You know what I mean? Undershot, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Not underflick, but undershot it. Okay, so me going probably like 40% speed.
I do this with Jet though.
Right, you can do it whatever, but sorry, excuse me. This needs to be your baseline. Just any gun. Vandal, what are you, a Phantom or a Vandal player? I'm a Phantom player, so you're a Vandal player. So, I used to be a Vandal player too. I still am. It's all situational, but I prefer the Phantom. Okay, so then you'll be working on your one taps. Just making sure, also I told my students, don't look at the outline of the body. Make sure you're dialed in on the head with your eyes so that no matter if your cross is here and you look at the other bot on the left, my crosshair will automatically go to where my eyes are going. So we're just kind of training our hand-eye coordination as well. There, I'm overshooting a little bit. Just slow down, take my time. Okay, in the beginning, maybe not for you, but most people, this is super difficult. For me, it was super fucking difficult. Okay. But you get the point. So go left to right, right to left. Okay, yep. Minimum 5 minutes. For you, I'll probably say give it like 8 minutes, 10 minutes. You know what I used to do? When I used to have a bad day of gaming, like lost 5 games, I'm really like feeling down. I'm like, yo, why am I doing all this work? I feel like shit. I have shit aim. Just kind of sulking. I would come in here, blast my music, and I would literally do this for like 40 minutes, 1 hour, just till my arm fell off, right? So it's just like that's just my style, right? But
yeah, I get you.
So you can do that as well. Like anytime your aim feels off, just come here and do that. You'll see really big improvement. So okay, so you come here. This is the second exercise. Here this is called 5-shot burst control. So
spray control. Yeah.
This is me and spray control. So you probably saw this on the VODs. This is me not controlling my burst Right, it's gonna go straight line. I'm gonna try my best right now. I'm kind of tired. I didn't really play today and stuff, so it might be off. But so there's 9 columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 over here. So, and then we're gonna just control it as best as we can. It's gonna be really hard in the beginning. Even for me, it's still hard when I'm not actively like really
Shoot 5 times.
putting it. Yeah, 5 shots. So that's ideal. This is probably ideal spacing like this. I gotta make sure I'm shooting 5, so I'm not shooting 5. So, all right. Like my spray control is really bad these days. But like that's a little bit. I'll give that like a 6, 7 out of 10. We need to be a little bit better. So you know, identify that's probably a bit better. It's probably like an 8. Here, that's okay. That's like a 7, 7.5. You know, but I really want to make sure that it's close enough together. Like that's a little bit better, right? It's not gonna be perfect. That's probably ideal. Okay, 5 shots close like that. So we gotta get it to that point. Even for me, I'm not perfect still. You know, I haven't practiced this in a long time. I used to do this every day, but these days, you know, I just DM and TDM. But you know, I teach all my lower level students, lower level students to use this because this is what really made me into a Mortal player. So in terms of my aim mechanic. So
What's your peak?
Mortal 3.
Okay.
You know, I never hit Radiant, but I was close. I was always like 300 RR, 400 RR. And I just quit, right, like in episode 6, and I came back last act. But so yeah, so 5 shot control, 5 shot burst control. Do it with a Vandal too, because if you shoot them 4 through the wall, they're not dead. You gotta always make sure it's 5 shots with the reduced damage on the wall. That's why I teach it with 5 shots on Vandal as well. Yeah, I can try. My Vandal might be a little bit better. Like for me, it's still really hard, but that's probably more ideal. Like that's probably a little bit better. Right, they changed the way the recoil is in this gun as well. The running and gunning pattern stuff. 2 years ago, the recoil control was much easier, but they started nerfing the guns because they wanted to make it more skill based. So that's that. Okay, so third exercise is you come here and make sure you're not spraying and then pulling it down. It needs to be an immediate control. You're gonna like this one because you feel a burn with this one all the time. Well, me especially. So. Doesn't matter how much I do, but come immediately. Okay, wait, that was bad. So immediately control, and then start drawing your line. Add like a little flick to it if you want. Okay, but just in the beginning, maybe just go cross to cross. Okay, and then add a little flick. That way, it'll incorporate, you know, where you're all in fighting somebody, and somebody just unexpected peeks you, but you still have the same fire rate, right? I can shoot these bots without my crosshair being on there. I just know where my control is. I just know where the bullets are going without my crosshair on the bot, right? Like look how far it is, but I'm still killing it really fast with the fire rate and the control. So this will help that sort of exercise, and where you're all in fighting and this guy just peeks you, you just flick his ass and he's dead. He's deleted. Okay, so that's the third exercise. This fourth exercise, and I want to take a look at how you do this as well, just to see where you're at. Do you play with shooting arrow on? I didn't remember if you did. Okay, so great. Do you know what the colors represent?
Yeah, I do. Orange is accurate, blue is not.
Okay, I'll give you a half point out of 1. Okay, so blue is movement error. So if I'm moving and shooting, it's blue. Okay.
Yeah, you're not accurate.
Yellow is just shooting inaccuracy. So if I'm not controlling my shot or whatever, maybe I'm just, you know, just going like this, it's just gonna go up to 0.9, and then the number will get higher once it's combined. So if I'm moving and not controlling my recoil, it's like 6.9. Okay, so that means I'm moving and I'm not controlling the spray. Okay, so this exercise will really help you with being able to swing someone, stop, instantly delete them, 100% accuracy, whether you spray or you tap, doesn't matter, and you'll just dismiss out. So come to this billboard, okay, and then we're gonna go to this billboard. So again, be parallel with the wall. This wall that we're facing, be parallel. Don't go like this, like some of my students. Okay, you're gonna start here, and you're gonna not move your mouse. You're just gonna hold your mouse, and it's all a movement-based drill. Okay, and then we're gonna go to this billboard. Obviously, you want to be around around the same spot. So let's do 5 each side minimum. For you, you might need to do more. Okay, but that's just my baseline. I tell them 5 each side. Okay, so 5 each side. Make sure you stop, shoot, and look at my.
Zoning?
Sorry.
Are you dead zoning, or you just
This is dead zoning. This is dead zoning.
Okay,
Dead zoning is stopping completely. Okay, there's no counter strafing in Valorant at like Counter Strike if you play that game. Okay, you know how in Counter Strike you can spam your AD like this and
Yeah.
shoot and you're accurate, but not in Valorant. No, no, no. Okay, you need to stop, let go, like not let go, but you need to be fully stopped to have that same accuracy as counter strafing in Counter Strike. So, come here. Okay, make sure you're around the same spot. So 5. I'll kind of show you. So I'm dead zoning. I'm letting go to key of D, going back A, letting go, going D, letting go, going A, and then I'm just adding a little bit of. Right there was bad. I just knew I moved before I shot, so I gotta just fully stop, come. Okay, so 5 each side minimum, and then we're gonna cut it in half so it becomes a smaller movement. This might be difficult for you, for anybody, when you start, because it's like rubbing your tummy and tapping your head at the same time, because you're using your left hand and your right hand to coordinate together. It's quite hard for most people. It was really hard for me when I first learned this. I was like, what the fuck is this movement? I can't get it down. Right? So from here to here, right? And we cut it in half. We're gonna cut it in half again. So we cut it in half from here to here. We'll be right here. So
Get shorter and shorter.
Get shorter and shorter, just to train ourselves with other type of situational movement where so tight angle, wide angle, close angle, long angle, where the guy's really long, far away, right? So we cut it in
I'm
half.
just so used to counter strafing.
Yeah, so you gotta get rid of that habit, or you'll never be accurate when you shoot slash swing people. When you're swinging somebody, you need to stop, let go, and shoot. You can't stop and press A back because you're not gonna be accurate. Like the bullet will fly. So, what was I gonna say? So we go here, cut it in half. We cut it in half again, and then we cut it in half again. So we cut it in half 3 times. Where this one will be.
Jesus.
Where he's long away, he's far, the enemy's far, super small pixel, right? Like ascent, for example, top mid versus bottom mid, and the movement. Don't be like this, like standing, because you're standing still at this point when you're just going like this. Okay? It needs to have a little rhythm, a little swag to it. So let me clear this up.
But you are pressing one key at a time, right?
Yes, I'm like pressing one key at a time, and I'm not moving my mouse to make it look like I'm moving like that. Okay, I'm just making sure my mouse is staying in the same spot, and I'm really focusing on my keys. And look at my shooting error. I'm probably not looking at it. It's probably 0.2 or close. So I tell all my students, try to be under 0.3, nothing above 0.3. Okay, 0.25, 0.27, 0.28, you're gonna see that a lot. That's fine. It means you're 95% accurate if 0.2 is 100% accurate. Okay, but don't go above. So have a little rhythm to it. My other student today was going like, I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Like you gotta have a step, move, step, move, step, move, step, move, step, move. Okay, so billboard to billboard. 5 for you. Let's say 10. Okay, 10. We do 10. We cut it in half 10, and then we cut it last time 10. Okay, and then now the last exercise. This will put it all together. So you turn these bots on, come to this wall, stay parallel again. Don't peek like this, okay? Because it's important. We're training our real-time scenario where we're behind a wall or a corner, and okay, don't look at the bots, but let's say this. Look at my crosshair. This guy's running up here to go over across, or you believe that he's there, or you're checking to see if he's there. You swing, stop, and he's instantly deleted. Okay, so this will work on that. So in the beginning, so this exercise incorporates our dead zoning plus our wall peeking mechanics, as in it's a wide swing, jiggle swing, crouch peek, whatever it may be, and then also it adds our aim. So I'll do it really slow. So I come to this wall, wide swing, stop, shoot him in the head, come back. That's like 10% speed to just show you the mechanic of this exercise.
Yeah.
So we dead zone, shoot, kill him, and make sure we come back on the other side, and then we repeat. So if it was a little bit faster.
You're also macro adjusting, right?
Yes, exactly. Don't don't just kind of come out, wait, and just wait for your mouse to get on the head. Also just but adjust after you've stopped. That's my point. Okay, stop and then adjust. Okay, yeah. Stop and don't adjust while you're. One of my students was adjusting while he's moving. I'm like, no. Work on the movement. Shoot, adjust, and then come back. Shoot, come back. Wide swing, and then you can add like a little jiggle to it. Where it's multiple players, and I'm still accurate, right? Look how accurate I am. It looks like I'm moving, but I'm not. Stuff like that, okay? So, obviously this one's much harder to do. It's more timing based. So, but in the beginning, just work on your swings. So, wide swing, come out, kill this guy, come back. Boom, 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 boom. If I want to go, let's say I believe he's over there. I swing, oh, he's over there. Adjust, and then come back. Boom. Okay, so for you, I'll say, I tell all my students 20. You want something harder? Do 30 minimum. You can do more and more.
I bet. I
But
can do that.
this side works your left side, right? It's just common sense. We gotta work both sides. We can't just work just our D key. We gotta work our A key as well. So, I'm kind of with you, but wide swing, boom, adjust, come back, boom, swing, oh, he's there, adjust, come back. Okay, so you kind of get the point of it, okay? This will incorporate everything. Okay, your dead zoning, your movement mechanics, plus your wall peeking abilities, as in, you can do it with a crouch peek, come back, crouch peek, come back, right? Jiggle, right, like I showed you, and, it adds our aim, as in, we're getting used to swinging, stopping, instantly adjusting, coming back. And this will really translate into your real-time games where you're gonna start deleting people. Like on B main, that one round where you flash peeked, you're inaccurate because you weren't dead zoning properly, and you whiffed on the guy and they killed you. You would have just instantly deleted that one guy, dismiss out, or come back dead because of the dead zone. Okay, so it kind of trains those type of scenarios, which you like to take as well. So this is really gonna improve your overall gameplay. You're gonna feel like a beast and never losing your gunfights. Okay. One thing I explain to my students is, a guy that's 5 out of 10 dead zoning versus a guy that's 9 out of 10 dead zoning. Who do you think is gonna win in a swinging fight where he knows I'm here, I know he's here, we're both gonna swing? Who's gonna win?
The person that's more accurate.
Exactly, and being more accurate means being better at dead zoning because you're 100% stop, instantly deleting, coming back. So this will really work on those duels where it's one-on-one, you're both swinging each other, and you have the advantage because you're better at dead zoning than he is. You're 100% accurate while moving, quotation, okay? But yeah, that's the whole exercise. You can refer back to the VOD, or I'm gonna send you these notes that I took. I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna upload the VOD. It's gonna be up probably in the morning, because yeah, I gotta get the thumbnail guy to create it, and then you can watch over the game. And you have any questions, concerns, things you want to work on, anything, now is the time.
Anything you want me to do in Coves, or do I just leave
Yeah,
Coves
so I'll give you the playlist that I did. It's called Pure G. There's 2. There's a warm up and a training. Always do the training because it's 3. They make you do minimum 3 per exercise. The warm up is just 1, so it's useless for you, especially if you're an aim trainer. So I'll send you that as well, so that you can do it. Do your aim trainers before you do the range. Always don't do the range and then your trainer and then come back DM and play. Always do your aim trainers first thing. Wake up, whatever your schedule is. If you want to play aim trainer, range, DMs, and then DM/TDM, then you start playing, and then you cool off with another aim session with aim trainers, or range, or in between games you can come back to the range, stuff like that. But always start with your aim trainers first. Okay, so yeah, that's that great session today.
The only thing that's
yeah.
really complicated for me is probably the dead zoning part,
Right.
because you can't always stop fully. But there's people explain dead zoning in a certain way. Like, I don't know how to explain it. They go one way, then they hold the opposite key. Like, say if you go on D, like you hold in D, then they press A to react at the same time.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, I get what you mean where they're stopping using that, but it's just not considered dead zoning. Sorry, not dead zoning, counter strafing. Right. You could do this technique, but it's better to just manually be able to just stop whenever you want, get to however level you want, just stop. Like, I'm doing the same thing by just letting go. Why do I have to press D and then press A? It's 2 actions instead of 1. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Because dead zoning is I just press A and I let go and it's stopped. But this way is I gotta press D, hold it, and then I gotta press A. What if I want to go back D? Do I let go of my A? Right? It's kind of like, it's like, I don't know. Like, for me, I wouldn't like that. I think you can use it as long as you're staying still while you shoot. Like I'm doing it right now. Press D, hold A, I'm stopping, right? And then I go A. But you could do that. But it's probably better to just manually being able to let go, because then you're gonna have these crazy micro adjustments where you're in a mid fight and you just you want to go a little bit left and then back right. You're not obligated to do anything more. This one maybe you're kind of stuck, so it's a little bit slower in my opinion. Like, I gotta press the key, come back, press A, pressing A, press D. Like, why can't I just go let go of A, come back, press D? Like, I'm already on the move instead of thinking about pressing that. Okay, but it's totally all up to you. It's preference. I would just stick to the traditional dead zoning where just stop, let go, whatever it be. I mean, you can do it. It's all preference, but you know, the most important thing is that you're standing still while you're shooting. And I'm not saying stand in the open and AFK spray, but you get what I mean. Like in a real-time scenario where you're instantly stopping, delete them, get out, dismiss, whatever it
Yeah,
may
I
be.
guess.
But yeah, that's that. Okay. And you know, there's a lot of videos on dead zoning and stuff you could probably look at, but you know, I could send it to you too if you really want. But yeah, so again, with this, I know it looks basic. Be like Cheetah, bro. Master this, you're gonna become a fucking beast. I'll guarantee you. You don't know how many students right now. Okay, the last session I was doing today at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, I was mid-session and you'll see it in the VOD. This guy was just spamming me top left. It says, "Yo, your fucking routine is making me mechanically like a god." Like, you know, like people are thanking me for this routine because it's really, really polishing up their aim, stuff like that, their movement, and it's all together because the way I show it, it gets built up to this last part where you're incorporating your dead zone, plus your aim, plus your wall peeking abilities. You know, add like a judo, whatever it may be. So, you know, really, really work on this. Be like Cheetah, bro. You know, become great. You know, don't be just average. So that's all I have to say. And make sure, for you, obviously I can tell you're an experienced aim trainer, right? So for you, if you want to feel the burn, let's say, you know, start at 10. Okay, maybe not 10 minutes, but start at like 8, 7 minutes per. Okay, and then obviously you're an experienced, you want to feel the burn, you want to keep making sure it's getting better and better. Okay, increase the interval, not every 2 weeks, but maybe weekly. If that's not enough, every 3 days, every 4 days, and make sure it's more and more and more. You can even ask me for more exercises where it gets added into this, and then you add that too, right? Like this one's really good. Get your classic out, have bottom on, and just start flicking, because then it takes 2 shots to kill. You're just really working on your flicking here. Really burn your arm. Okay, this one was really good for me when I was climbing. Okay, so stuff like that. Just keep adding more and more, getting better. Keep your routine, make it stronger. Do it. You know, you do it once a day. Start doing it twice a day. First thing you wake up, and then to cool off on the end of the day, do that. Cause that's what I used to do. I used to do 2 sessions of aim training. I would do my Kovacs in the morning, and then or my aim labs. I'd switch it up, and then cause I did both, and I had a lot of good days from that. So do it in the morning, first thing, do my range, then my DMs, then play for like 12, 10 hours, just cool off, go in some DMs, maybe 10 DMs, 5 DMs, and then I would finish off with my aim labs or Kovacs routine. So one thing I'll say with you is also make sure you're doing minimum 5 DMs. I don't know how much time you spend on Valorant, but if you really want to get to Mortal, this is the key. Okay, minimum 5 DMs right now. Minimum 5 DMs, 5 TDMs, so 10 in total. If it's too easy, you start going 10 DMs, 10 TDMs. Okay, because that's what I do. You know, I'm every other day I'm doing about 13 TDMs and 10 to 15 DMs on one day. That way I maintain my aim and it grows as well. You know, back then I used to do more aim trainers and stuff like that, but these days I'm just really trying to work on my overall crosshair placement, stuff like that, making sure I'm instantly deleting them, micro adjustments, right? I'm really working on that right now, so that's what I do. I do a lot of TDMs, a lot of DMs, bro, but you'll get better by adding a routine and being consistent. Okay, so again, do your trainer, do this, and then minimum 5 TDM before you get in a game. Or if you don't want to do that, you wait until after you play, because you know obviously you're gonna get tired, but that's really how you improve your aim. To you're a football player, you understand you must tear your muscles for them to grow, stuff like that. So it's the same thing with aiming, because aiming isn't mental. Okay, it's all physical. It's your arm, your wrists, your fingers, your biceps, your triceps, your shoulders, your core a little bit, your lats a little bit. Okay, there's a lot involved. Right, your traps, stuff like that. So, yeah, great session today. Hopefully we can keep working with each other. I'll really, really give you my best, stuff like that. But, yeah, let me know if, you want to book more sessions, stuff like that. And,
yeah, I'm thinking about it.
Any questions, stuff like that?
No, not at the moment.
Okay.
If I have anything, I can just text you.
Yeah, bro, I'm always on the Discord. I'm always live, stuff like that. But one thing I will say, though, is I give my consistent students a free training schedule that based on your needs. It's personalized, so if you have work, it's after work, whatever. I really make it really personalized. And also it's not just one. I give you one schedule and that's the way it is for life. Okay, it's a weekly, so we address it weekly. We'll sit together, we'll meet up. I'll be like, hey, how was the training schedule for you? You're like, it's kind of shit, it's too weak. Then the next week it's gonna go way more intense. And also it's structured where early on the week it's laxed. You might do 1 hour training of aim trainers, 5 DMs, but then as the week progresses, it gets really more intense. You know, maybe in the midweek you're doing 5 DMs. At the end, Friday, Saturday, you're gonna fucking be doing 10 DMs. You know, minimum games, right? I tell you how many games you gotta play minimum, stuff like that. So keep that in mind if you want to train with me long term. I will provide that with you guys. You know, anyone that wants to be consistent with me. And yeah,
So you only do that after the first session?
yes. So I usually charge for that, but I've come to the conclusion that I only give that to people that are gonna be, you know, consistently see me once a week, twice a week minimum. Okay, there's no point in me giving it to somebody that's gonna see me once and that's it. You know, like
Yeah, I guess.
I don't even know if he's gonna use it, right? So stuff like that. But yeah, it's usually a paid thing, but I decided to give it to people that consistently see me for free. You know, just it's more value for them, and you know, yeah. But anyways, good session, great job. I know it's long. The VODs will be up. Any questions? Nothing, right?
Nope.
All right, bro. Have a good day. Good luck on your games. Go stomp some noobs. Really work on the things I told you. Okay, be patient. You know, because and work on your movement, positioning, and overall understanding what the hell is going on in the game. Because that way you'll get more kills
Yeah, I guess.
without your aim. You're just gonna be one step ahead of them. You're gonna be laughing at these kids at this elo. You're gonna be like, yo, these guys are fucking retarded. I just walked down mid. They're all B main, and they came back to me. I killed 3, easy peasy. You just keep doing that, rinse and repeat, and learn off your mistakes. You know, if you walk down and you die in a corner, make sure you clear that corner every single time now. Stuff like that. Just build upon these mistakes. Okay? But
Can you send me the Kovacs thing right
yes,
now?
I
So
will
can,
send it.
like,
I will
start
send you.
working?
I will send you these notes right now and the Covis playlist right now. Okay.
I appreciate
All
it.
right, no problem, bro. Good night, man. Take care. Have a good day wherever you're from, and good luck on your games, buddy. Hopefully
You
we
too,
can
man.
work together. Later.
Of course.
So let me just send this to him. Love, love, Aiden. Thanks for the follow. Thanks for the sub, man. Really, really, really appreciate it. You guys keep me going. Okay, let me just send this to him real quick. Can you put your Kovacs playlist into Discord? Yes, I will. I will put that. Give me 1 second while I give it to him. Who did I give it to? I think it was Serps. Where are you? Where did he go? Where the fuck did he go? Serps. Ah, right here.